MRW News Show. This is a news show of every week on a Saturday or a Sunday. Today is Sunday. We have some extremely, I've never used the word extreme, I have used the word extremely loads of times. What I'm saying is, I'm trying to make a real point of today. We've got some real interesting, exclusive news stories, and ones which I think you're going to find a bit shocking. And I'm sure a lot of people have opinions about it as well. But also, yeah, ones that are just really, really shocking. So, I was just going to do a little bit of what we've been up to this week, as we usually do, and let people join on. We were at Carlisle yesterday,
Random
weren't we?
Curiosities on.
Hello.
Evening.
Good evening. We were at Carlisle yesterday, weren't we?
Oh, it was wonderful.
It was really wonderful, yes.
I've been to Carlisle before, but I've never actually sort of looked round. And we went round the castle, didn't we?
Yeah.
When you were performing once.
And I used to go to a certain group there as well. And it was just like, I mean, it was, yeah, basically.
But we went into the
actually properly been.
Shopping centre, and it's really nice. And loads of, we didn't have a chance to look round much because of the parking, as always. You've got to get back to parking. But yeah, I will definitely be going again, and HMV have invited you back, haven't they? So when we go back next time, we're going to allow more time, find a parking place, an all-day parking place, and go and have a look around the shops. Yeah. I'd say go Christmas shopping there to people.
I was thinking that too. The shops, I mean, again, we didn't get to fully look around, but what we saw, because we walked through before we went busking, it looked like it was quite a good Christmas shopping place.
Yeah. Oh, I think it'd be really good.
Yeah, because when I went to Carlisle, the group I went to was sort of like, not on the outskirts, but not in the centre, it was sort of like in the middle. And I always used to think, oh, it's a bit dead, is Carlisle. But actually, it isn't. It was only because of where I went.
Yeah, but we did go on a Sunday.
Oh, it was a Saturday?
No, it was a Sunday.
Oh, sure, it was a Saturday.
It was a Sunday. No, definitely a Sunday. Anyway, Anders is on.
Saturday. Hello?
Abby's on.
Hello.
And Van Transit's on.
Hello.
So, yeah, definitely. But, yeah, I thought it was really, really nice. And the people were fantastic.
In HMV?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, really good.
I mean, I won't mention places that we've met that we've done that bad, but people walk past and they don't even acknowledge you or anything like that, or when you finish, they don't clap. But they were like, oh, really exciting, weren't they?
Yeah, and also, because we were near the door, a lot of people walking past and stopped looking as well, which I thought was really nice, and a lot of people started dancing as well, which was really nice.
And busking, they were all loving it. Yeah. And they were even waiting for us to set up, weren't they, some people?
I know, they started giving money before we
Yes,
we were like, you don't know how bad I am yet.
They shouldn't even started.
You don't know if I'm bad or not.
And that brings us on to another story, which we're not doing yet, but we're going to be later on. We've got a video footage of somebody telling Matilda their opinion, and they don't think she's that good, and we've got it on video. They didn't know we were doing a live. We weren't doing a live at all, sorry. We'd got the camera on because we were doing a before and after. And they come out and they verbally abuse her. We've got it on camera, they didn't know, so it's really funny. But what even's funnier is they go, oh, why didn't you do a little video? And I'm thinking, it's on, the camera's on. So we've got that to come, but that's not yet, because that's all exciting. So, and Cal says, and he's on.
Oh, hello. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Holger says you have a spider on the window behind you. Do we look round?
Yes. Chances are I probably do, to be fair.
Probably is. So it's doing...
I don't particularly care about spiders. I think they're harmless.
Yeah, it's doing no harm, is it? Oh, Adrian's on.
Hello, Adrian.
And says, now it's above you. I don't know if they're winding us up or not. Gary's
Again,
on.
It doesn't matter to me.
There's loads of people on.
Hello, Gary.
So, yeah, we definitely recommend Carlisle to go performing or looking around or anything. So it was really, really good. Oh, and then on the way back, we saw that massive transformer, didn't we? Yeah. You've got to see the video for that. Yeah,
and then because when I was filming it, there was a policeman next to me, so I asked him what it was, and then he said what it was. But it was nice. But because he was supposed to drive off after the transform, but I think he knew I was going to go speak to him because he had his window down ready.
So then there was a big crash for all the police, weren't there?
Protecting
the transformers, so that's all Matilda's fault.
Well, I don't really know, because they already had like policemen, so I don't know why they keep needing these extra ones at bridges. It was like they were getting more and more police. I don't know whether maybe it was just because they were going more and more near. Like,
at least they didn't close the motorway. I mean,
oh no, no, that was good.
Luckily, it was obviously, we've said we're going to Carlisle. It tends to be like, I think it's junction 36, and you get all the traffic. And M6 is, anybody that's driven it will know it's absolutely horrific. But once it gets to like junction 36, it's like a cut-off point.
Lancaster.
No, that's 34. Yeah, it's the Kendal turn off, isn't
That's
it?
Kendal.
And there it seems lovely, and you always drive up there and you think, oh God, this is lovely. There's no traffic, everything flows.
Countryside.
Countryside, you never get stopped. Anyway, we're coming back down, and I said, look, I can't understand it. And it kept surging all the time, didn't it? I was thinking, why on earth can this motorway be surging? So we
went off, didn't we?
We went on a really nice scenic route, which I have done before, and it was really lovely. And then we could see the motorway. And I thought, it's not that bad, we'll jump back on now. And it must have been through one of its surges, because then it was straight away back really, 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 really bad. And then obviously we realised they'd taken up through 4-lane motorway, it's 3-lane motor in it. They'd taken up 2 lanes with this, and they had like 2 or 3 police cars in front, I think, 2 behind.
Oh, let's keep adding them on.
Yeah. Taking this transformer to Heysham power station. So at least, even though it was annoying because you were surging and doing about 30 at the most, weren't you? At least you were moving.
I mean, I don't feel like it would make sense. I just wondered if those police, they went to every bridge and blocked people from going on there. I wonder if...
Drops your idiot YouTubers.
No, I'm wondering if the police, because there was 2 of them and they got off when that van came, I wonder if they then overtake the vehicle, go to the next bridge and stop people from coming out the junction.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what they were doing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I should have asked them that question.
Michael's
as well.
on.
Hello.
Lewis is on.
Hello.
And sorry I missed last week. Don't worry, you're on now. And there's a few people that have messaged, a few regulars, saying they won't be on because they're doing things, and we can understand that because it's so hot, and the light nights are coming in, aren't they? So it's probably, especially people who are working through the week, the last sort of Sunday's coming. It's coming, isn't it? Somebody put on I came on my feed, it's going to be like 6 weeks till it's dark at this time. I can't remember what time it was, something like about 6 or 6:30. Oh God, you're a bundle of joy, aren't you? But it's coming in now, so Millie the kid says hey.
Huh?
So yeah, there you go.
So what should we do first, story before we get into the?
Well, this is a bit of a, it's not anything amazing, but I just think it's quite a nice feel-good story. Big Brother's only surviving couple who met on the show, Mickey, Dalton and Grace Adams. They're still together.
So these 2 inside Big Brother, they all put them inside a place, don't they? And they went together, and they've stayed together. Basically, sorry, they've stayed together all this time, which they married. Is it married or is it?
They met into the 2000s. Married in 2009.
Married in 2009, and when did so it's 25 years, isn't it?
Yeah. No.
It's just 25 years there, so I'm just reading that.
The program's been running for 25 years.
Oh, so when did they meet then?
They met.
Well, they were in the 7th series,
yeah.
So
they've been married 16 years. So I just thought I was
I'm
quite
sure
good.
it's 16.
Well, about that. I don't think anybody's going to put complaining.
We should really know.
Ringing off or something they're going to be ringing down.
Yeah,
but we don't do. It's a bit of a laid-back news story. It's not as though that's going to ruin their life if we got it wrong.
Yeah, but he's definitely more than 16, because I'm sure I read somewhere it said, they've been together 19. That was an old news story.
Yeah, but there's a difference between being together and married, isn't there?
Yeah, but I mean, right. So when did the show air? First air?
25 years ago.
So
2000,
2000s,
yeah.
Right? Say if there's a show a seasonally year.
Well, there will be, won't there?
Yeah. So they got married in 2009, and they're on the 7th series. That means they met in 2007.
Yeah.
So that would therefore mean they've been together for...
Yeah, but we weren't... If you rewind this back, we weren't talking about being together. You can't twist it when it's on the live. It's like that video I've got. You can't lie. You can't say you didn't do it when it's on the things. You were talking about how long they've been married, not how long they've been together.
Yeah, but you don't even know how long... Oh, 2009. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I thought the point of the story was...
So we just have a brief interlude from the news here.
Been together. They've been together for that long, is the point you're getting at, and you don't know when they met.
They met on Big Brother.
Yeah, I know where they met, but I'm saying when, not where.
2007.
When. Yeah, so how long ago was that?
I want to cry. 18 years ago.
But it must be more than that.
It's not 25.
Just search it up.
It's not, because I don't need to.
What have you?
Well, that's what I did do. I searched it up, didn't I, to
We're not
do
really
the
good
news.
because you didn't find out the day they met.
Did. I put right here. You can't get it much clearer. They were in the 7th. The program has been running for 25 years. So we're in 2025.
Yeah.
No, well, they might have had with COVID. I don't know.
Well, no, because in 2007 COVID wasn't back then.
It's been running for 25 years, so it's run over COVID, hasn't it? Silence.
No.
Silence
Yeah, but what I'm
is
saying is,
golden
they
because
could've-
you're wrong.
No,
Wrong.
listen. They could have done one. They could have done this first series. Then they thought, oh, well, it's not any good, so we're not going to do this series. And then they could have done another series because they thought actually it's quite good. You never
This
know.
would still be money
But
for
I mean, you could have just searched up and we would have solved all this problem, wouldn't we?
Right, 25 years, 7th series, that's 2007. They married in 2009, yeah? So they have been married, right? God, I can't even think straight now. 16 years. Anyway, the whole of the matter of the stories were just a feel-good story for your subscribers, where you just go, oh, this is quite a nice story, isn't it? They've got 4 children, they've been married, and people that sort of like slag these reality shows off, they just prove that that can happen. Oh, God. I just thought it was a nice story.
Hang on a minute, I don't understand his name.
Oh, can you do your new
If you just let
show?
me spell it, I could have done it
Right,
by now.
Mikey,
I've
M-I-K-E-Y
done his name in Grace.
Adams.
Am I Grace?
God, I didn't think this was just like a
I
little
just thought it was
sort of
you see,
icebreaker getting the news going.
Been
It's
together.
taken over the whole of the channel. We won't be able to do the other
I
stories,
just
by
had
the way.
been. We're
B-E-E-N.
Oh, no, it's fine. I am. B
E-E-N.
2. I think it would come B, wouldn't it? Anyways, if you search for that, I'd probably do it, won't it?
Right, well, let me do it if you want me to do it. Right, how long
And
have
the
they been
answer
together?
is 19 years, and I was.
That's what I said.
You said 16.
No, you asked how long they've been married.
Oh, well, no, I didn't ask how long they've been together.
Mikey Dalton and Grace Adams Short have been together for 19 years. They
Yes.
met and fell in love on the 7th
So
series of Big Brother.
2006.
Right. Doesn't change the story whatsoever. I've got that confused. I don't even remember what you said on the first
Sort
bit.
of the
This
point.
is
The point of the story is how long they've been together. So it sort of is the point is how long they've
you
been
can tell
together.
you live in Bentham. Which will move on to our story.
It's the point.
And just twist it round to your own agenda.
I was right, wasn't I? Yeah.
Yes, well,
But anyway,
okay,
well done to
Matilda.
them.
Well done.
Well done to them for being together for so long.
Which is sort of gone completely off the story.
Well, they probably just, like the, right bit being told.
Right. Jesus. Oh, God.
Right, what's the next story?
Van Francis says they don't look happy. I think they'll be all right. I don't know if that means Matilda
That was a
and
lot of
me.
years ago, her photo.
Cal
it
says
should've been
20
put on.
years later than me. Abby says, cracking looking bloke. Gary says they
From
probably,
Liverpool, it's from Liverpool, isn't it?
they probably think they are still in the Big Brother house. Mark's Random Curiosity says they were married at first sight. Adrian says, you started me off, ladies laughing. And Mark Hemingway says, evening, bonny lass from Newcastle. Happy Sunday to you. Abby says, moving on, and laughing emoji. Mark says, loving the nets in the back car window reminds me of my grandma's nets. So, yeah, they are, it's rather a nice net, isn't it? Vintage feel. Right, so this is a little bit, I don't have to have a drink of water after that. Gosh, you're quite demanding, aren't you, for the start of the show?
Well, I just thought it was, invite
I think
suitable
12
information.
months is imperative when you're just doing a sort of like a light-hearted thing. So
It's false information, though, isn't it?
so right. So and you might have seen this at Shopkeepers, but there's a little bit of a twist to the story if you Google it a little bit further, which doesn't seem to have come out.
Police officers told a shopkeeper to take down a sign.
Guess what I've done? I've already twisted it round. I've already mirrored it. So you should get that right now. Well done, me. Have they got it right?
Yeah.
Yes, they have.
Due to what's it?
Due to scumbag shoplifting, police asked for assistance to open cabinet. Officers from North Wales Police attended his retro shop in Wrexham. This was Rob Davis, and he put up this handwritten note because he was getting repeated thefts in the shop. And Chris Phillip has waded in, the Shadow Home Secretary, and said this is madness, causing offence is not criminal and is none of the police's business. They should be catching shoplifters, not worrying about offending them. Frankly, shoplifters are scumbags. This woke, weak nonsense is a complete waste of time. So
So what do when people think about this? Because of he's obviously been getting his stuff stolen. So he's just put a note up saying, you know, if you need the cabinets open, please tell me, because, you know, he's put scumbags have been stealing. So what do people think? Do you think it's right that the police should have gone round, or do you think it's completely not?
little bit of a twist to this story. I looked a bit further into it. Now, Chris Phillip, being the shadow Home Secretary, should obviously make sure that any story they put out or comment on is correct. What's the matter?
I hear somebody walking, but can't see him, bro.
Finished?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is correct that has actually happened. But listen to this. This is I digged a bit further into it. This hasn't made the national news like that has. This is a statement. South Wales Police.
The statement of the police people. Who
Yeah,
did the
and
thing.
this is what they've written. Following widespread media coverage about a police officer visiting a Wrexham City shopkeeper who was displaying a sign in his shop referring to shoplifters as scumbags, we can confirm that having searched our records, we have not been able to locate a report of an officer attending the store. Da-na-na-na.
Wait, so that means
That an officer didn't attend the store. That's what they're
which therefore
saying.
means they never took the sign down.
That no officer's been in there. I mean, this is stories all over. It was on GB News and everything. It's made all the national news. But they're claiming that. So I digged into this, but yet it hasn't made the same news, has it? That they're saying, the police are saying, well, we haven't had.
So
an
is
officer.
it that they've taken it down without even visiting? Or is it that they've actually not even known about this and somebody's claiming that they've gone done it?
If you let me read on further.
Yeah.
Media reports claim the shopkeeper was asked by a police officer to remove the sign. This is not the case. That's what they're saying. The shopkeeper has since clarified he was not asked by an officer to take the sign down. The shopkeeper
Who's
said,
that then?
I don't know, but it's made it was everywhere. Obviously, I picked the story up about
So has
2 or
somebody
3
just made
days
up
ago.
the story about them both?
Well, I picked the story up about 2 or 3 days ago, and then I went back to the story to get obviously a picture and everything. And then I started reading other things on it, going through a few. Because now you get this thing, don't you, that a lot of them you can't read unless you accept the cookies. And otherwise it just won't let you in. So I've stopped. You mustn't click on them. I've been reading about it because it's getting all your information. So you have to look through a lot when you're looking at. This is all the work I do for you, you know. When you go on, when you're looking on the things, there's only certain news stories you can read. So you further down the page, usually you get the top ones, wouldn't you? But now when you can't read
You're
them,
going to like smaller.
you're going into like smaller ones, and it comes up with this, and I couldn't believe it. The shopkeeper states the visit was prompted by a member of the public who had taken offence to the note, and that the officer asked him to consider changing the word of the sign. It does not appear any offences were committed, and it will be up to the shop owner to decide whether he displayed such a sign in his store. Inspector, and I don't know if this is pronounced correctly, but IFANS also invited the trader to work alongside officers through the city centre shoplifting forum, where local retail crime trends and issues are discussed with partners and business owners. So, according to this just hasn't happened. That's on their, that's on the police website.
Completely made a story about 2 people who actually haven't made.
Well, what's happening?
I
don't know why it wouldn't be taken further, because it looks terrible on the. It looks absolutely shocking on the police. If they haven't done it, I don't know why they've just put.
So this
that
time,
up and not more.
Who's the person? Who's the person? Is he a politician or somebody who said about a councillor? Or
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's a really serious position, isn't it? Chris Phillip, the shadow Home Secretary, is like, you know, not far from the Prime Minister. It's one of the biggest jobs in the country.
So does he say madness the fact it's been taken down?
Yes, he's done that.
So should he not know the other side of it?
Precisely. That's what I'm saying. It didn't take me a lot to find the other side.
But surely he wouldn't want to go against the police when surely he should be on.
Well, he should be. She should be. What's it called?
None.
And I can't think of the. I can't think of the word. But basically, on an even level. It's gone off of my head as the unbiased. He should be on the middle, on the fence. But there is a word for it, and I've forgotten it. It can't come to my head. But yeah, he should have obviously checked something as serious as that, because it's really slagging off the police force, isn't it? It's making them look like wallies, basically, isn't it? You know, so he should have. Yes, I would have said that he should have.
That was it.
Well, it's not good at all, really, is it? Impartial, thank you, Van Transit. It's been hot. My brain, and I'm tired. Impartial, that's the word, exact word I was looking for. Mark Hemingway says, what kind of car have you got? It's an Austin E1100. Adrian says, have you heard the Matilda halftime showgirl? Taylor Swift drops huge hints she could perform at Super Bowl.
I have heard of that. I have indeed. They say that because they've been. I have to. Can I talk about Tay Tay?
Well, let me just read the rest of them. Gary says it's his shop, he can do what he wants, maybe not say scumbags. I think it's the fact that it hasn't happened, Gary. Lewis says, I've not seen it. Gary says, was it hardware shop? Was it hardware shop if he took offence? Did you get it? Did you get that one, Gary? Lewis says, in Walsall we have to pay on the Express and Star for good stories. And do you pay? That's another thing. Does anybody pay to read the stories? Because obviously they get paid by the adverts, don't they? And they get paid by the viewing figures. Because you don't pay to read us. You don't pay for this, do you? So does anybody pay to read stories? And if so, which publication? Abby says, what a knob. Oh, Dave's on. Hello, Matilda and Jane. I have a lot of catching up to do, as my internet is just back. Oh, well, thank goodness for that. And Abby says, no, I don't pay. No, I don't pay. Because you've got, they get paid by the adverts, don't they? And also revenue from like YouTube and anything.
They probably also get paid to cover stories.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Like events.
Yeah. So, no, I won't pay. I think they must be losing loads, because I know a local one that started doing it now as well, and you've got to accept the cookies, and I won't click on it. So I googled it about it. I don't know a lot about it, but it just says that this is what they're doing, is getting all the information about you.
I mean, that local one, I don't understand why they'd want the information.
But then then I've stopped going on the local one. There's sort of like 2 local ones around ours, and I go on to the other one now because they haven't done that. So they must be losing loads of people. And you see on stories, because some people now put, I'll save you clicking on, don't they? And they tell you the story, or they'll do the screenshots of it on the thing. And other people say I'm not clicking on. So they've got to be losing a lot, I would have thought. But people like Yahoo, you can still read theirs, like major ones, BBC. I don't think BBC could possibly do it because of the licence fee. So I think they.
You can press reject it, can't you? You can either say yes or reject it, which I don't understand why you'd say yes when you can just reject,
Some people don't think, they just press. I had somebody was on my iPad because I'd asked them to do something, and they were looking for it and everything. Then it came up, and they went bang straight on to accept, and they never said anything. I thought, oh great, thanks. So people just go bang and accept it without even thinking what it will do. Well, but that ones that say reject, you go on to some now. Manchester Evening News has done it, so because a lot of the stories obviously I get, there's no point going on the mainstream media because most people have seen it, so you have to go on the smaller sites. You're getting stories that aren't in the news unless it's ones like that suicide, which is in the main news that you want to discuss. But a lot on the bigger ones now, can't think of my top of my head with the bigger ones that are doing it. Mail, for example, Guardian, you can't read. I think you have to pay for the Guardian anyway. Express, you can't read their stories without accepting.
I know.
Or it says reject and pay, so there must be something to do with it that you can get away. You don't want it, otherwise you wouldn't pay for it, would you? Do you know what I mean?
I know, that's what I mean. Like, why is there a reason? What's the reason for it? But,
because they want to collect all your information, and it must be to sell it.
Yeah, I don't mean like that. I mean by because they don't want you to know they're taking the information. So then, say if you didn't know they were wanting to take the information, then why? What's the reason?
Right. So if you have to click on a thing.
No, I understand why I understand the fact they're taking information.
Yeah. But
they don't want you to know they're taking the information, do they?
Well, there will be some certain law surely that says you've got to put why it's happening.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. What's their why?
Because they want to get the information off you.
What I'm saying is, I know they want to get the information.
Yeah.
But they don't want you to know you don't want to get the information. So what's the reason? Why are they? What they say in the reason is? But it says something like, learn, read more. But obviously nobody's going to have the time to read for all the documents.
Yeah, because most things you don't have the time to read, don't you?
So what's the why?
I don't know.
Because, I mean, there's somebody in the world who must have at the time.
There'll be somebody on here that'll know. They'll be more into it. Adrian says, no, don't pay. Louis says, I can't pay online like Express and Star.
It's
The Express and Star is...
You know, if you pay that, it's like how many things you have to pay for in life, you know?
Oh, lots. That's not life. You're getting that's life, isn't it? Gary, no, don't pay for stories. I used to print magazines for newspapers like OK Mag and went bust as people read online. Our Lancaster Guardian, that's still paper. That's our local Lancashire way. And then North Yorkshire way, because we're in the middle, is the Craven Herald, and they're still both paper. They're still selling copies of paper. Van Transit says data harvesting. Adrian says, I finally got my new laptop, all working, so no more rushing upstairs when no old kept freezes. What a pain. Signing into everything again.
It's very good. Very good, is that?
So, well done, Adrian.
Yes, it's very good.
So, yeah.
Should we crack into the,
Yeah.
You know, one?
What's the other ones?
Should we crack into Monday?
Well, I've done the police officers. Cheapest seaside spot. Oh, what about this? You know that one.
Right, so in Skipton.
Oh, thank you, Adrian. You're a superstar.
Thank you very
so
much. It's very nice of you. Thank you.
That's Adrian's given a super thanks, and he's put, well done for yesterday, Matilda.
Thank you.
I saw bits of your lives yesterday. You were awesome, and thank you very much. I think you're awesome as well, because that is so wonderful.
Indeed, yes.
And obviously it helps the channel absolutely massively. So thank you very much, Adrian.
Yes, thank you very much. It's very nice of you indeed. Thank you for that. Very much, yes. Thank you. And also you gave one yesterday. So that's very nice of you too. So thank you very much.
I think you gave 2 yesterday. I think it was Adrian.
Well, thank you. Thank you anyway. Now, a man in Skipton has been banned from calling 999. After basically, is it not nuisance calls? Isn't it?
Yeah.
After making nuisance calls, he made 300 nuisance calls between June 2024 and July 2025. And the gentleman is 30, and
As in Parvis,
who was issued with, what was he issued with? It's like a
criminal behaviour order.
for 5 years. In one evening, he made 18 calls to North Yorkshire Police, because that's where he's in, North Yorkshire, so you know it goes to there. In addition, he was given a community order by magistrates.
And requiring him to have a 6-month alcohol treatment to complete up to 25 days of rehabilitation activity requirement days. So he'd rung, I think one night or something, he'd rung 999 about 16 times or
18.
something. 18 times.
Oh, no, I don't know if it was that night, because obviously I think he called 101 as well, so maybe that was, but he also did a lot of knocking on people's doors asking for money. So
Well, it sounds, to me, it sounds
I
like...
should really ask all the people I know in Skipton and see if they got knocked on. But it seems all the
Just
people
a
I know
busy
live on the
man.
same street, so I don't know whether it depends if you've gone down that street, basically.
I can't get on it. I did have a picture of him, but
You not screenshot it?
no, I think it must be on that one that you're on. But for some reason the internet's not playing up, and it's not going to show you the picture.
But I think he's allowed to call if it's a general, proper emergency. But the thing is, you're sort of only really allowed to call anyway if it's proper emergency, aren't you? So
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do, because if he keeps calling,
Well, what can they really do with him if he keeps calling?
because the problem is if he does have a general emergency, but then again, obviously it's his fault. He shouldn't have done all those calls. His own fault for not getting anything. But then again, imagine if say he went to call about another emergency, said somebody was getting attacked, and he went to call for them, and he was not drunk or whatever, and then they didn't get theirs sorted. Something happened, somebody got killed or whatever because of him.
Anyway, the internet's rubbish, so it won't. I don't know why it won't bring up a picture of him, but I did have one. And then, as I say, I think it's on hers. Yeah, the problem is he's obviously got a mental health issue, hasn't he? I mean, I'm not a psychologist or anything, but anybody that's going to be ringing the police...
Maybe there's going to be like a separate number and you get a separate staff member just answer
300 times. But then they've got this... They've got the serious thing that if he rang and...
they don't answer it.
they just turn around and say, "Oh no," and then there is something that they're
But
being
also the same-
absolutely holy
I
hell.
know.
So he will be, if he doesn't stick to that magistrate's order, they're going to have holy hell with him.
The other thing is that not only it's not just like them answering the call, they have to document that he's called. They have to check it's not a serious incident. Like,
Yeah.
you know, they have to, you know, I don't know how they do it, but they have
Yeah.
to do it. And I think there was another reason, but I've forgotten that. I don't know what that was. But so they've obviously got all that to do. But if he does continue, I mean, I don't know whether they'd have to like literally send him to jail because of that.
Yeah, but if he's got mental health problems, but
Or
they might
hospital
have
maybe
to, they'd have to hospital. Well, it's obviously go through a judge and all psychiatrists and all that sort of stuff. But let's hope he just doesn't. Let's hope he just stops now, because he well, one, it's not obviously not nice for him, but it must have cost the country thousands, mustn't it?
And also,
that's our
obviously,
council tax area.
and also not only that, but
So it's cost me.
But
actually.
also not only that, but they will obviously somebody else that could be calling through. They won't.
Oh yeah, they block the
answer.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Won't get answered because
No.
of him.
Yeah.
As well.
Oh yeah, it's really serious. I mean, most people will be locked up, so there must be something there for the reason why I didn't go to prison, because most people, if they did it a couple of times, wouldn't they?
Mm.
You get locked up, so it's obviously, I don't know, but it's not good, is it? Gary says the new song is brilliant. Thank you very much. We're going to be working on it a bit more.
Yes, thank you very much.
We're going to be doing very drum based, I was thinking. So yeah, so I'm glad you liked it. And lots of people have commented on it, so thank you very much. Abby says, how can you be banned from calling 999? I don't think he's banned completely, as if there was an emergency.
That's just like the
It's
headline.
just that he can't just ring just willy-nilly, which I think he's been doing. Well, he's
300 times.
well,
That's in 1 year.
He has
so.
been doing 300 times. Not that it makes a difference. I don't think it was every day, because one day was 18 times in one day.
Yes, I think he's sort of.
He's had a little bit of a rest. He might have been too drunk to ring.
Or not drunk enough either way.
Well, yeah, well, not drunk. Yeah, he might have been sober for those days. Yeah, good point.
Or maybe he's been calling somebody else. Oh yeah, but the thing is, he's been knocking on people's doors asking for money, so he could be asking for money on those days, and then the other days he's calling 999.
He's busy, isn't he? He should be having a job, really, when he's such a good worker. Max Random Curious says that's almost one a day on average. It certainly is. John says hello from Florida. Long time subscriber and fan of your content. Please do more old British car and train videos. We are going to, but just at the moment we have a bit of building work on, and Matilda is really concentrating on something that she's going to be promoting and telling you all about very, very soon. Adrian says, I was going to 3 yesterday, but just went to one of the events. Okay, but there was one person there. It was a total pain. Won't be going there again. Dave says, Abby, he can't be banned from ringing, but if he does, he can be arrested and possibly imprisoned. Yeah, obviously if it's something's happened and it's serious, he's obviously not going to get.
Also, it depends
told
what
off.
he's been saying as well, because if he's been saying there's been something traumatic's happening to him, and they've actually had to go and, you know, visit him as well. It depends also what he's been saying, I suppose, doesn't it?
Anders said he might have a really bad memory and has forgotten that he's already called 999. Well, I think he might be a little bit drunk, I think. Mark's Random Curious says you don't need to be a psychologist to know he's a little bit messed up. Yeah, I know that, but you always get people, don't you, especially like, you know, when there was COVID and that, and you say anything whatsoever and they say, are you a doctor? Are you a psychologist? So you have to be sort of like, you know, it's like people say stuff, don't you? But I say, you know, I know a door. I'm not a joiner, but I know what a door is, don't I? Do you know what I mean? Not a builder, but I know what a brick is. I know what a house is. There's a certain amount of things
And
you
a
don't.
steering wheel is, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you are a mechanic, though. To be fair.
Maybe not a good example there.
Yeah. So I always sort of cover myself then, because you always get a
I know
lot of
what
views.
milk
Who
is,
does
but I'm
she
not-
think? Who does she think she is? Psychoanalyzing him.
I'm not.
I have got counselling qualifications,
Promise
so a little bit there.
Probably I know a lot of things about different.
I've probably
subjects.
done a lot of psychologists with the. I was going to say a rude word there, so stop. With the thing that I lived with, I'm probably better than most psychologists on people's brains and how devious they are.
I always quite enjoy psychology. I think if you ever had to go into one of those sort of sectors of that sort of thing, I think I would choose psychology, because I think it's quite, you know.
I remember when I was
interesting
giving birth to Billy and I had a few complications, so I was in a very lot of pain, and I was one of these that thought you could manage it without drugs, you know, really cockily away. Soon realised, you know, but that was too late on then, I couldn't have anything. So I was in a lot of pain, and there was a medical thing that made it even worse. And I remember I had got quite abusive, really, I suppose. I've been in labour all day, and this midnight midwife came up to me and she was going, will you calm down a lot? She said, have you ever given birth? And she goes, I said, how many? I said, how many children have you got? I said, none. So I said, well, rude word off then, and get me a woman here that's had kids. Because how can you do, I mean, I say there's, midlives and that, I'm sure I do a wonderful job that I've got kids, but at the time, and I was there like, and this much older lady came. I mean, I was only very young then, so I suppose she was probably about 50 now, thinking then. And she comes and she goes, what's up, Deanne? She said, I've had children. And I've got her a bunch of flowers, a massive bunch of flowers afterwards the next day when we left hospital. And it was just that person that's been through it, so she could have had all the qualifications in the world, but she'd done it and she knew what I was going through. And it was it was still very, the pain didn't just go, it's still very painful, but you just had that there, that person had done it, and it just, you just felt, and it was so much better.
I know, it's like, imagine getting taught, how to drive a car by somebody who's never driven a car.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of these things like psychology and that, if you haven't actually been through like an abusive relationship or narcissistic people.
Yeah, and also like, you can teach somebody how to drive a car, if you've driven your whole life, but you don't have to, get a qualification to do it.
No.
You know how to drive a car, you know how to drive a car. There's certain,
Yeah, you probably won't wash with the police officer. No, I've done. Billy taught me. Where's your license? Yeah.
No, that kind of thing.
Looks like...
I meant by like a person teaching you.
And he's got a scrolled on Matilda's license with a picture of Billy there. He taught me, officer, actually.
Just say I used to look like Billy.
Well, what are those things going on my arm? You big meanie you are.
It's a lovely bracelet.
Yeah.
But it's attached. Like it in movement.
You can't get any movement in these.
Honestly, I do much more better braces myself, and I have much more better shots on the wrist.
Can we go live?
Oh, we're going for a trip in your car.
Can I drive?
No, Matilda. Oh, okay. Not very nice, is it, officer?
Gary says sell not call. Oh, I think he's put another one here. I've got to make mixed up. There's been a few. He obviously needs help. Put him in a cell, then he won't need to ring. He can just shout at them. Adrian says, I got Thursday and Friday off this week. Got gigs on Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Oh. Jesus, you are busy. Thursday gig in Southport, going to Blackpool Thursday. I will get one of your CDs. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Adrian.
Thank you, Adrian.
Well done. Can everybody go to Blackpool CD?
Can everybody be like Adrian?
Yeah, just copy Adrian.
What Adrian does, you do. No, thank you very much. It's very nice of you. Thank you.
Gary says that gas and air was great. I was well chilled when my ex was in labour. And Wayne says, is that mama with you? Yes, it is. Oh, I thought I could manage. Well, I did have to, because as I say, it got too late to take it, to have anything given. So yes, but not an experience I want to go through again. So there you go.
Shall I talk about Tay now?
If you want to talk, have we done all the things?
Well, no.
Oh, there's just the
It's just because of it. Adrian, I think I just about before.
I'll just do this one and then oh, there's quite a few. We'll talk about Tay then.
I'll just talk. Well, I mean, I can do it later.
Do it now if you want. There's
Sure.
just a few stories, yeah, still to go. But you can talk about Tay.
You have to do it now if you want.
No, you have a little Tay talk.
Well, I'm just talking because of it. Adrian said about the fact of Taylor might be doing Super Bowl, meaning there's a halftime. Now, I don't think there's any official evidence of this, meaning there's, she said it. But obviously with Taylor Swift, she does Easter eggs, so which basically means like hints, for you to work it out. Now, inside, she just released an album. And when she released the album, she did it on her partner, which is Travis's podcast. Travis is what do they call it over there? I think he's a footballer. I don't know, they call it something else over there. But anyway, rugby, I don't know. But anyway, basically, they did it on this podcast, and she released a new album, which is The Life of a Showgirl. But the thing is, on this podcast, which was 2 hours long, she started talking about sourdough bread for quite a bit of it. And she was saying about how much she's loved making it and stuff, which she likes baking, so it wasn't really a surprising thing for her to say. But the thing is, for some reason, I don't understand it fully. It's supposed to be, sourdough is supposed to relate to the Super Bowl in some way, the halftime. And she said the word 47 twice, which I think is supposed to again relate to the Super Bowl. So basically people think she's doing a halftime show. Now obviously if she's releasing this album, which is out in October the 3rd she's releasing it, so we're actually able to hear it then. If she's releasing this album, is there going to be a tour? Because with her other albums she hasn't gone on tour, but the reason being is she was either already on tour or it was COVID. So the question is if there's going to be a tour? Well, obviously she's just gone on tour, which was a massive big tour, and she's happy the fact she's, you know, getting a rest from it. So I honestly don't know, but the thing is, if she was doing a Super Bowl, that sort of thing, she's sort of showing her songs without having to go on tour, so she might do it. But like, come on. Oh, and the other thing is, it's called The Life of Showgirl. Now, some people reckon, which I think makes sense, that the reason why she's called it The Life of a Showgirl is because of Kanye West, which obviously she's had a lot of beef with for years. The reason being why she has called it that, people think, is because he's got an album called The Life of Something. And then they reckon the fact is, the reason why she's done that is because of basically every time they go to try and find his album, The Life of whatever it is, it just straight away comes up with hers. So basically his album gets thrown away, sort of thing, like, you know. But on that album has a song where he called Taylor Swift something that wasn't very nice on it. So basically, and she went into like hiding, not hiding, like went away from public eye, the whole thing about it. But anyway, here's a picture of, this is the main cover. There's 3 separate covers, but this is the main cover of it. And there are other covers as well. I can get them up if you want.
Gary says San Francisco 49. She mentioned 49 times, and sourdough
might have been 49.
is their mascot.
It might have been 49. I was doing it from the top of my head. Yeah, that probably is it then. I was just doing that from the top of my head, but that probably is it. I'll just get you. And then, so there's 12 tracks on the album, because it's the 12th album. I mean, there's a 12th album she's made, not counting the re-release Taylor's versions. This internet's not working. But they reckon there's a secret 13th album, because obviously 13th is her number.
Oh, well, obviously.
So when she was holding it, she was pointing to this square. Now, this was a random square which didn't have a title in it, but yeah, all the other titles had squares. I think that's squares anyway, but like some of them did. And she was pointing to it. Now, behind her was a 90s book, which I think is supposed to have everything that happened inside the 90s in it, was behind her. Now, in the 90s, it was quite common for people to, I think at least somebody did it. It was the thing they did, basically, where they'd have an album when, you know, on the CD, and there'd be a surprise song at the end, which wasn't written on the, you know, wasn't on the actual CD cover. So they reckon there's actually an extra song on there, which you'll only know if you listen to the album. But obviously we can't find that out until October the 3rd, or unless she talks about it, which I don't think she will. So that also might be that as well. But I can't get the rest of the pictures up because they're not working. But the 12th song, which is the titled album, One, The Life of Showgirl, has Sabrina Carpenter featured on it. And the people she's written a song with, which is, you know, and produced it with, was 2 people that she did 1989 on and Reputation on, which obviously are very big albums and very successful and had brilliant music on them. Like, obviously they all do, but those ones were really good because they're mainly pop. So, you know, obviously pop's, the reason why it's pop's so good is because it's, she deleted some posts. Or is it Taylor Nation that posted about it? I think she deleted some posts. Anyway, this was the when she released it. I did do a video actually of this. That's Travis. That's Travis's big brother. That's also one of the covers, because of there's 4 different ones. She's done this sort of thing before, and where she does 4 different covers. Here we go. So this is a track list. So this is the back of the track list. Now, as you can see, they've all got squares. I'll just give me a second. I'll do the opposite thing so you can see it easily. Go away, go away, go away, go away, go away. Thank you. Right, as you can see, they've all got squares behind them. Well, there's this square here, which, I mean, look at it. It's a bit, you know, suspicious, isn't it? There's this square here, which they reckon is the secret, you know, next other, you know, surprise song. So the songs are, I've put it the opposite way around, so I can't read that. I'll have to just twist it around back again. So the songs are The Fate of Ophelia, Elizabeth Taylor. What's that say? Opalite. Father Figure, Eldest Daughter. What's that?
Ruin the Friendship. Actually Romantic. Wish List, which she pointed out herself has got 2 money signs on it. Wood. Cancelled, but the cancelled spelled English way.
Honey, which obviously she's American, and then The Life of a Showgirl featuring Sabrina Carpenter. Now I reckon Honey is going to be a bit like, I reckon Cancel's going to be like a Reputation song. And I think Honey's going to be a bit like a, I mean, I'm only presuming this by the name, but, you know, I reckon Honey's going to be a bit like Paper Rings, Stay, Stay, Stay
Yeah.
sort of song. You know, very joyful and upbeat sort of type song, I reckh, because she always has one of them on all of the tracks.
I bet this sounds a bit crap if I'm honest. 50 Thunder is on.
Hello.
Well, this is what MRW News is all about. Abby, you're welcome to all your
To be fair,
opinions.
we don't know until it comes out, but we can obviously judge a book by its cover because, you know, that's not anything we've got given to them. We might as well judge it by from the cover. Anything we've got given.
I don't think it's coming out till October, is it?
3rd.
God, that's a long time, isn't it? The pre-order.
You can pre-order it now, yeah. How would I word this?
Gary says, which of your songs would you like to hear Taylor Swift cover?
One moment. Which is what I'm gonna say.
Sorry, Gary.
I need to think how to word this. What has the length been in between Taylor Swift's album release and announcements? Because there's videos that show it, but I can't find one of those at this second in time. Some of her albums literally day after,
Yeah.
but I think that was into COVID, like literally day after she'd released it. Right.
Abby still thinks it sounds crap. I don't know which song.
Right, listen.
Probably something that's not just like easy listening, so not Tell Me or Boom Boom Chickadee Boom or anything like that. Maybe something like If Only. No?
No.
I don't think anything that's sort of like, I don't...
She has an album like, I mean, you know, you've listened to Reputation, give her a Reputation song, you know.
No, he's meaning one of your songs.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean, but I'm saying give her one like that, like, you know,
Oh,
the Sympathizer sort of thing, that sort of thing where she can, you know...
Yeah, but I
be
think
like
I
that.
like
She
the
likes that sort of thing.
I like the Sympathizer. I don't think...
Well, I like that Sympathizer.
I don't think, and not saying anything against her, obviously she's a fantastic musician, but I don't think you could improve it and make it better to how I like it.
I thought you meant by just singing it.
Oh no, I think he means by, you know, you doing anything to it, I think. But, oh no, not singing it. No, I think If Only. Yeah, if it's just singing, I think If Only.
I don't. But right.
Tink says, hope you've had a great weekend. We have, thank you. Hope
indeed,
you
yes.
have. So, Gary says, bin man. yeah, be bin man, actually.
This isn't giving the proper information.
Are we going to get on with the news?
Well, I was answering your question. But
What's
he's not
my
giving
question?
me the length of time between her...
No, I didn't. I just said
I'm
it
just gonna
seems a long
research.
length
Give
of
me 1
time.
second. What's
I'll
the
do a
length
bit
of
of
time
news.
between Taylor Swift
I
announcing
did have
an
another
album
bit of
and
news.
releasing it? Can't speak because of it won't work.
So where do you think the cheapest I'll give you this while you're waiting. Where do you think the cheapest seaside spot where no one wants to
I
live
don't know.
is?
You have to look yourself.
So comment without Googling where you think it is, but I think I'm going to tell you now anyway because I think she's finished. I was only doing it as a little thing to keep you all occupied. So it's in, I've got the things somewhere. I did have. Oh God, maybe I haven't. Maybe it's all on that thing. I'm not doing very well this week with it. I had screenshot them off. Anyway, I haven't got it, but I remember it. The cheapest seaside spot where no one wants to live is Hordon in County Durham, and so they did this story and realised now when you read those stories like that police thing that it's not always right. Obviously, I knew a lot of stories weren't, but they put that it's on a lot of mainstream media. It says that you can get a 2-bedroomed house for as little as £5,000 in Hordon in County Durham.
That's a bit cheap.
Well, I obviously Googled it. It doesn't look that bad. There are a lot of boarded up. Apparently, it's, you know, it's a nice place for the sea and everything. I even Googled if you get dolphins there, and you sometimes do. But apparently they have a lot of drugs problems. And it says locals say nobody wants to live here. People claim no one wants to relocate in the region, and which battles insufficient funding, narcotics operations and antisocial conduct. Apparently the council are thinking that if they bulldoze a few houses and rebuild them, people are going to come, but that's just not going to happen because the houses look nice. So you'd only look like, they're like little red brick, the ones that were showing were like red brick terraced houses, and they look really pleasant.
Unless we've just gone on one nice street and the rest is like, you know.
No, that was boarded up, but what I'm saying is you can tell if a house is nice, can't you, even boarded up?
No, yeah, but
So, but then what's the point of bulldozing them when they're perfectly good houses? Anyway, the point of the story is, one that I was reading about it, if you actually, so I thought, right, I'll go and Rightmove £5,000 for a house. It's only at auction. That's the starting bid is £5,000. Every single one that's at £5,000 is auction. Well, you're not going to get it for £5,000.
No. So how much the ones actually for sale or they all for auction?
Well, it was page after page after page, and I was just scrolling and, couldn't find one actually that wasn't at auction. So that's what they're doing. They're like, oh, it's only there and it's only £5,000, but it's at auction, isn't it?
Yeah, it goes up like $1 million.
Well, I don't think it'd be that, but I bet you can't get them for £5,000. Otherwise, somebody with a lot of money would be buying all the streets, wouldn't they? Making a fortune. Because then all the streets would be done, wouldn't they?
Oh yeah, you could do that. Come to think of it, you just buy them all.
If you had £5,000,
if you had quite a bit of money, just buy them all.
You could like $500,000 buy 3 or 4 streets.
Own a town.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, make it as nice.
And
as
it is
possible.
a seaside town, so you've always got something there with the seaside.
Yeah,
you can't get rid of that.
Get shop businesses done and town halls and stuff. Make a full blown community.
Yeah.
And then just sell it off.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're not going to go for 5,000, but that was on the story. Our friends out. So yeah, just thought that was an interesting story. 50 Thunderer says, I've got a couple of weeks off work now. It's a shame really, as I go to work for some peace and quiet. Oh dear. Where are we going now? They keep back. Sorry, sometimes it just bounces back up again. I've read that. Oh, Tracy says bin man for Taylor.
Or maybe you want to be me. I feel like that one would be good.
Oh yeah, that could be a good one.
I think that one would be a good one.
And she'd like that because that's a song about somebody that bullied us, and Taylor's done loads on that, hasn't she? Because she was bullied, wasn't she, when she was younger? And I think she
could really make that quite.
And then she had the problem with
I know it's a good one, but I'm saying
what was that guy called? She had the problem with Kanye West. She had all that, didn't she? And a lot of her songs are about people that have done her wrong, aren't they?
Yeah, I think that one actually would be the one.
So I think she'd be something that she'd like to jump on as well. So Taylor, if you're watching, which clearly you obviously are,
we know Tay.
We've decided which song we're going to let you work on.
Yeah, we think it should be you and be me.
Oh right, so Tink says, I'm Della, by the way. I got the gorgeous woodpecker. Well, thank you very much for ordering it. You're a star, and thank you very much for coming on.
Yes, it's
you're a
very
superstar.
Nice. Yes, indeed. I hope you like it.
Tracy says boats are coming in. Gary says Scarborough, Southport. Abby says 5,000. I know, but they're not. They're on auction, so I can't see that they'll go for that. There was a lot of them. Max Random Curiosity says it won't be Blackpool. The prices for hotels and bed and breakfast have shot right up since lockdown. 50 Thunder, what's the name of that place again? 5,000 House. The place is called Horden, and it's in County Durham. And if you Google it, the place doesn't look bad. But then again, they do say that there is problems with insufficient funding, narcotics operations, and antisocial conduct. I suppose you could say that about anywhere, couldn't you? And Abby says the council have no idea. Well, some don't, do they? Because you just wouldn't knock them down, would you?
Well, I think, they always say about housing problems, but I think, in shortages, I think there's plenty of houses, just to do them up, Well,
what that thing they did in Morecambe, didn't they? When they compulsory got everybody to leave. The businesses, that really good business that we like, it's called the Old Sea Dog now. What did it used to be called on Morecambe Front? Bay Emporium. They got the houses on the front because the council said that they were going to knock them all down. They were an eyesore. Well, they called it, it was really rude actually, they called it a junk shop, and he was fuming, obviously. Got an apology in the end of it. It was a lovely shop, isn't it? Vintage and antiques, lovely shop. But the shops look fine on the front. So the council decided that they got this person that was going to pay a load of money and put a hotel there. They hadn't signed anything or anything. And so they got rid of all these businesses that that Bay Emporium was so successful.
People travelling from...
one
story was saying they travelled from, that really, really below to the country. I think it was Isle of Wight, was there, something like that. Just travelled up for a sign,
And they had, what's he called? The one that does the, Drew Pritchard. They had him there. And they had the other one,
I think they had a lot
Antiques,
of TV shows.
Not Roadshow, the other one, Antiques Road Trip. So they had all that there and everything. And they got rid of that really successful business, which has now gone to Lancaster and looks absolutely superb, because they got this person coming in to bulldoze them all down and build a hotel. Well, there's loads of bed and breakfast in Morecambe. And who wants a hotel right? Yeah, there's a Midland that's on the front there. But people don't want a hotel on the front, do they, apart from the people that are in the hotel? People want bars, don't they, and shops and stuff. Anyway, it fell through. You never hit the person. So they got rid of all that, and now the shops are sitting empty.
Now it doesn't look the same as it did,
No, it's just, so yes, Abby, some councils can be really, really silly. And Gary says 5,000. It's probably on the edge of a cliff and going to fall off in 3 years. They're the rows of count. If you look on them, if you go, just go on Rightmove and put hoarding in, and there's rows of like terraced houses with some boarded up. Dave says, I noticed the next door, the Army Stars moved into what was the bike shop in Morecambe. I saw an article on that. I didn't know they'd moved. I never read it actually, but it did come up on my feed about it. So yeah, that's Horden. So next story.
What's next?
What story do you want to do next?
What's next?
Amanda.
Oh, we're gonna have to do it at some point, maybe.
Do you want me to read it? Or do you want?
No,
what's that one?
You.
So this is a story that we covered. I'll just show you a picture. This is Amanda. Oh, she's bobbed off. This is Amanda.
So this is Amanda.
And she had a shop in Bentham, and I covered the story. And she went to Switzerland, and she said the reason that she was going to Switzerland to commit suicide was because she wanted to get back with her daughter, who'd unfortunately died of cancer at the age of, some say 19, 20 when you read different stories, but obviously at a very, very young age. But she said the reason she was going to do a craft shop through this year, and it was booked for November, but she went early because of the bullying in Bentham. And this is the headline of the Daily Mail. It says she endured every mother's worst nightmare, but it was a poisonous feud with the village witches over her craft shop that drove a healthy Brit 65 to end her life in a Swiss suicide clinic. So it's made the Daily Mail because of the bullying in Bentham. It's just absolutely outrageous. It's just so bad. I mean, I'm glad in one way that it's made it, because it needs exposing, but it's just shocking, isn't it? Absolutely shocking. And it goes on to say the story is pretty shocking, really. There's 524 comments on it, all I'd say pretty positive, but this, so I'll just read a bit of it. I can't get to the bit on it now. I'm just trying to read it because there's just so many pictures on it. So it says, so he said, no, when I originally applied, so she said, when I originally applied to Pegasus, which is the place that does the assisted dying, I had hoped to go in November, to have one last summer and autumn, and to carry on running my lovely shop for a bit longer. But after the bullying escalated and made my shop feel unsafe, I decided to go as soon as possible. And then it says, confirmed a goodbye. But after the bullying escalated, so they copy it. It's probably with the Mail. They write the same thing to make the story bigger. So then what had happened was there was loads of bullying, and then she put on a door of a shop that she was leaving, and somebody had actually put good underneath it. Now I've seen the bullying. I've seen it with my own eyes, and there were some shocking things written. But it says here, and this is what one person accused of the bullying, Andrea Taylor, said to the Mail. This is a dead lady. Don't portray Amanda as being this nice, lovely woman who's been upset by the public. Bentham has got really good people here. People did try to help her when she first came back and she turned nasty. She could be very plausible online. If you only saw the last post before she died, you'd think, poor woman. But believe me, she had a very nasty side. Miss Taylor, a former police employee, she has followers who are making out me and others are bullying her when we're not. We're standing up for good people, and Amanda wasn't. She really wasn't. And that's written about a dead person, and they're saying that they didn't bully her, but that's what's written online, you know. But if you carry on and read the story, and I put the link on, and I suggest you read it. It's a very long story, but it's been like a bit twisted round. So one of on it, the reporter says that they went into one of the local pubs. It's not named which local pub it is, and people were saying that they don't even know if it's true or not, you know, if she's going to come back alive. But there's no names on it of these people have said anything. But there was a neighbour that this was another bit. It says this is quite shocking, really, because this is from an NHS worker. And it says, NHS worker Rachel Martin from Bentham spoke in defence of both Amanda and those accused of bullying. In a lengthy Facebook post, she said Amanda was often distressed and hysterical, accusing people of bullying her, stalking and harassing her. These things never actually happened. Well, how the hell does she know? No, how could she say it never happened? Was she attached to her? You know, was she a twin? So there's nobody can say it's actually happened. I mean, when we've got bullying and we've said it's happened, we've got like video footage of it. You know, you can't get away from ours. It's the truth. But if we didn't have any video footage of it, there's nobody apart from us and the bully, unless, you know, somebody else has got footage, can say it's happened unless they've seen it.
And also,
and that's I'm disgusting that, because that's an NHS worker. It's not somebody that's just a member of the public. Obviously an NHS worker is as well, but they're held in a higher regard, aren't they? How on earth can you say that somebody hasn't been bullied?
And also, one of the things that have been said in there, I know they've only said the person's side of it, so the bully's basically side of it. But I know from a very trusted source, a person that I know, they've said they were like sort of basically a witness of it and said a completely different side of it.
Oh, well, there's something that happened on it, but we're not going to say anything because there's a police investigation at the moment. But somebody came up to me and said, oh, it was shocking about Amanda, wasn't it? And I said, yeah, and we just started chatting about it. And they know about it more. I'm not going to even say whether they're a witness or whatever. They just know about it more. And they say it's a totally different story. I'm not even going to say whether it happened or not, because, as I say, it's a police investigation. But they tell a totally different side, and there wasn't the other side of it. But if somebody's getting bullied, and I know from this, you do withdraw, because the other thing is as well, nobody knows, unless they see it on video, how badly you're being bullied. So I might say to you, if I didn't know you, or I didn't know you that well, I might see you in the shops and I might say, oh, by the way, no, I'm just going to come out and name out the thing, Maureen. Maureen hasn't been bullying me, by the way. Maureen's really badly bullied me. Oh, she was awful. She came to the house. She really badly bullied me. You don't know that unless you've seen it on video. You don't know that level of bullying. So you might think, oh, well, yeah, you don't know. Pass it off or go shopping. And then that person that's been bullied may see you chatting to Maureen down the street. So they walk past and you think, oh, yeah, there's Maureen. Yeah, hi, Maureen, and all this lot. And they will withdraw from you because I think, hang on a minute. That Maureen was absolutely evil to me. And yet she is chatting to her. So often somebody who is being bullied will look hostile and withdraw because they don't know, and they see that. And that, when you've been talking to Maureen, you haven't seen that I've seen you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and also, so if you've been bullied and you just want to sort of like, you have to go out like for
well, small
food or
places
whatever,
they'll connect, don't
you just
they?
sort of want to get done as fast as possible. You'll just keep your head down, sort of thing.
I mean, when my ex, if I wouldn't speak to anybody, I spoke to him. So then they'd say, oh, she's hostile. I'd say, I know people that have gone down there, and I just think no, I don't want anything to do with you. And then they think, oh, well, she's hostile, so they blame the actual victim, and that's clearly what's happened to her. But so this is neighbour Fred Carter, and he said, to me she seemed fine. I used to take in her parcels, loads of them, sewing machines and things like that. I never saw anything wrong with her. She never said a word to anyone about going on what her plans were. I just can't work it out, but you never know what's going on in someone's mind exactly, and that's why the NHS worker shouldn't be saying anything. She was a good neighbour, always spoke nicely. I didn't have a bad word to say about her. And Amanda's best friend crafter, Julie Park, came online and said how the pair had a final goodbye, and they'd FaceTimes each other, and then that goes on about that. But that was it. This is it here now. In one of the village's 3 pubs, well, they should name that pub, because anybody decent going to think in which one is it, won't they? And they won't want to go in it, would they? So she's put in one of the village's 3 pubs, one local said it's sad and people want to draw a line under it. I think, hang on a minute. That's talking like it's Bentham, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like it's us. Like the whole, but it's just not true, is it? Because the people that I've spoken to, and people have messaged me because I commented on the thread, and people have privately messaged me and said they've been bullied in Bentham, and anybody else that has spoken to me about it, decent people, are absolutely disgusted.
Well,
they don't want to put a line under it at all. And a lot what people say is thank goodness it's exposed the bullying.
I've come across a few people that I've just met like randomly at different places, you know, not near Bentham, and they've said, "Oh, where are you from?" And then you know it's strange to where you're from, and then once you find out where you're actually from, they'll open up and say, "Oh, I used to live there, but I couldn't manage it because of the bullying."
Yeah.
So you know.
Well, we know it happens to us. We're going to show you a video in a bit. Just bullying that's happened in the past few days, and it's always women. Oh, we've always been bullied by women, and luckily, I mean, I'm a strong person, I can cope with it. But you'll see the video that we had to endure with, and it's only a clip. I'm going to put the full thing on. And somebody vulnerable, like obviously, I'm not talking out of term here. Amanda was, she'd lost her daughter. God forbid if I'd have got that woman that I'll show you the video on. Doing that to me, and I'd have lost you. I'd just go and blow my brains out. I wouldn't be able to cope. But I've got you, and I've got Billy to support me. But if I was a single mother in Bentham with no children, and especially one I'd lost, say I just had one child, like Amanda did, and I lost my child, and I'd had the bullying that I'd had in Bentham, I wouldn't do it. I can fully see why she's done it.
And she also said that she had financial difficulties as well, so you know she's trying to handle a few things, isn't she? And
oh, and that was the dig they put on. They said, oh, she'd there was something to do with money. She'd accused somebody of taking some money off her years ago, so they tied that into the story, haven't they, to make it look like, oh, that's the sort of thing she does.
So that can, you know, be completely.
It's completely loads of it. I mean, I've had loads of disputes due to a certain person causing all the trouble. So people do have lots of disputes in their life. That is why there's a civil court. If there wasn't disputes, there wouldn't be the police, and there won't be a civil court. And the civil court makes God knows how much money, because it's backlogged for God knows how many years now, isn't it? Because there's that many cases. So disputes happen all the time. And the more you go out, because she was doing a lot, wasn't she? The more you meet people, whether through business or personally.
Didn't she?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know how she did that, because that's just asking for it.
Well,
it?
I think a lot of
It's just
obviously
gossip,
investigation,
terrible,
but
shocking.
I mean, if I say anything, it's just basically, you know, you don't really know, but you know.
Yeah, well, if you know, you wouldn't want to run a community group, would you?
No.
Gee, because you're going to get all sorts. So Dave says the nasty people involved try to justify their actions, which is terrible. Oh, I think it's really bad when you say. He said, "Oh, the social media's awash with comments on either side." It's not a wash up with comments on either side. Majority of, I've read every single social media post on it, been doing the news on it. I'd say 95%, if not more, are on her side. In fact, I'd nearly push 100 is on her side. It's a load of rubbish. And they said, you know, they've gone round speaking to people. I don't think they should be allowed to do that. They should have to say, you know, this person's name if somebody's going to say it.
Well, it seems the only people that have talked are the people
that have been accused
of
bullying her. The two that have talked,
which obviously
they're
not going to say
three
they did
have
it.
been accused. Yeah, they're not in the right mind, are they? They're not going to. Oh yeah,
so
we're real
say the other
bullies.
side, aren't they?
She's not there to defend herself, obviously, because she's dead. And the only person that's put their name to it is the neighbour. Yeah, God help him. And he's 88. Jesus, you know, if he's going to get it now. 88 years old. He's put his name to it, male, so he's got a good chance, because obviously they're not as keen on bullying males. But he's the only one that put his name to it, and he says she was no issues whatsoever with her.
No.
And they lived in close proximity next door.
Mm.
So I know who I'd believe. I know exactly who I'd believe.
Well, I know from my own eyes. I know what's been happening.
I know I'd believe on that. So
I know from experience from the people that have said that they didn't bully her, even though everybody else says they did bully her. I know what they've been up to, so I've got enough evidence myself.
Andrea Taylor had put a post out saying basically you didn't want off-Cumdens here. She'd been here 58 years, and that one had gone and one more to go. Well, you can't get away from that. It's fact. It's there. So it's happened. And the one more to go private messaged me and said, it's me. So, you know, there was loads of people private messaging me saying that was one of them, saying that this is happening to me in Bentham. We know it's happening to us in Bentham. I've lived all over. I used to do up houses for a living. I've lived in, I'm not going to mention the places because it's not fair, but in some of the roughest areas, and done houses up and never known anything like this ever. It's just relentless. So it's definitely happened. But for people to turn around on there and say, you know, it didn't happen, nobody knows that. You could never say that it didn't happen. How could you say that? Unless you followed all the bullies around the whole time. All the people she accused have been bullies around the whole time, and her the whole time. It couldn't possibly happen.
I mean, I've met them all. You know, I know everyone.
I mean, obviously, if somebody's accused you of bullying, you can say, oh, well, that didn't happen. But you can't, nobody can turn around and say it didn't happen to somebody else that was, you know, you just can't do it. So, anyway, stupid woman. Guy says hello, Matilda, and thank you very much, Guy. You're an absolute superstar.
Thank you, Guy and Adrian, and the super thanks. Very nice of you.
That's absolutely brilliant. Thank you both of you for giving super thanks. Obviously, it helps the channel, and you've both done it before, and you're both very, very supportive. And thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
And Gary says, very sad story. So much for sticks and stones will break my bones. Phrases, words can be so cruel. Well, this is what we're going to show you, this video of what's happened. And it's happened to us over 2 days. And obviously, I can't give you 2 days of footage. And when it happened, Matilda was, I won't go along into it because we're going to do a video on it. But Matilda was basically asked to do some gardening. And it was a plot that this lady owns, and I own a part of it. It's a communal thing. And I just said to her in the street, this is all I'd said. I said, she says, oh, I like, you've done well tidying your bit up. And this bit's like round the back. So it's sort of been left, we've both left it, and it's got overgrown with weeds. And so I finally did ours. And she said, oh, I like it, you've tidied up. And I said to her, because it's a communal bit, I said, oh, I felt like carrying on and weeding yours. So she said, oh, I wish you had done, and if you do, I'll give you something for it. So I said, oh, don't bother, but you can bung Matilda a few quid. She'll do it if you want. So she went to do this weeding, and this other woman, not the woman that asked her to do the weeding, she's lovely and she's absolutely fuming, and she's had a go at her as well. As this woman came out and had a go at Matilda. Anyway, I'll show you a bit of a clip. I'll stop wittering.
Just for a bit more context, this woman doesn't own any of the land.
No, nothing.
So she actually has she only has right to access to the house she rents. That's it. So she doesn't have, she only has, literally can only walk past, she can't put anything on it, but she does. She puts about 100 plants on it, even though this is the other thing, the woman's wanting to, who actually owns it.
No, what it is as well is that we have, I have a field actually, and I've left it, I could rent it out, I could make money out of it, but I've left it to grow trees on and stuff like that. I'm really into the environment. And this bit here, is tarmac. It's not tarmac and it's not concrete, so it's growing, it's basically got dead weeds in its mess. But the lady that asked Matilda to do it, even though I own my bit, I don't have access rights on mine, so I own my bit, I can put what I want on it. But on her bit, it's access rights, so she's liable. And there were those dock leaves, you know.
That bit you could if you went through now, you just trip over.
I had to get, I had to break them off for Matilda with a shovel. Well, before she started, they were really high, but there wasn't the body in the ground to support them, so they'd gone up like little stick trees, and they were dead and they were brown. So if anybody going to the houses which are rented tripped over them, she's actually liable. So that's why she was asking if Matilda had sorted it out, and she just wanted to tidy it up.
Also it's fire hazard as well, because if anything
happens,
her
fire run.
It's her fire run, and also everybody else's. If anything happens, it's going to be a problem for the fire service and, you know, everything.
So basically she's
and it doesn't look nice as well, you know.
liable.
It's just loads of things.
And what this woman did is absolutely, well, we'll call it woman in the loosest sense of the term, was absolutely unbelievable. We've just got a couple of clips, but I'll just read the rest of these. Abby says bullying is a massive problem. It can destroy people's lives. It's shocking. And and I think people are getting worse with social media, and I think that's what's happened with Bentham is, or the pit, not Bentham, and I hate it. I do it when because if you Google it, there's loads of it. And it says a little town, a sleepy village, and they blame the whole town, and it's not. There's some lovely people in Bentham. You know, we've been really supportive with Matilda with the music. You know, when Matilda was doing a Just Giving page, and when Billy was doing a Just Giving page for rally, they give money. Somebody gave quite a considerable amount to Billy to help him start his rallying, and they're all local people. So there's some lovely people, but they tie it in and they go, oh, all the headlines. This one of them says this toxic Bentham, and I'm thinking, hang on a minute, you've really got.
Well, there's a mixture of people. There's some people that completely keep themselves, but the problem is if you keep yourself to yourself, and
They don't like it. The bullies,
they don't like
they
it. The
don't
bullies
like
get
it at
involved in
all.
your business. So I keep
like
myself
yesterday.
to myself, and I probably, get just honestly. I mean, I don't really tell majority of the stuff that happens to me, but honestly, it happens within.
Well, if the trouble is,
within
if you tell it, you'll get the reputation of them saying, not me or whatsoever, I'm not saying this about her, you'll get the reputation of Amanda. Oh, well, she did that. Well, she's like that. And apparently she said, I haven't seen any of this, but Amanda said she got bullied in Ingleton as well. Now Ingleton's about 5 miles away. And so people were saying, and a decent person said to me, she's a really nice lady, she was talking about it, and I said, it's awful. But she said, yes, but she had a pattern. And I said, what do you mean? She goes, a pattern of behaviour. And I said, and she was saying how awful it was. She wasn't agreeing with any bullying. And I said, what do you mean? Well, she said she got bullied in Ingleton and Bentham. And I said, well, that's often what happens, isn't it, in small towns? I said, because people are interconnected, they know each other around. So I don't know whether she got bullied
and
in
also
Bentham.
a lot of
Ingleton, so I must say that clearly.
and also
I've no
think about
evidence.
it as well. A lot of these towns nearby each other, there's only one big school. Everybody goes to the same school,
Yeah.
which therefore means everybody grows up together,
Yeah.
and also means everybody's kids go to school or know each
Yeah.
other. So really, it is all connected through
and
school
the thing about
as well.
bullies is and victims. So what I'm saying is, I'll just say about that. What I'm saying is about she never said. Now this lady's going to kill herself, so there's nothing to hide, is there? There's no you're not going to protect anybody, right? That's people she didn't like, obviously. So why didn't she say that? Why didn't she say that on her Facebook comments that it was another town as well? She didn't. She blamed this town and not the other. But the other thing is as well, between bullies and victims, bullies go out of their way to cover their story. So they go around telling everybody. I mean, my ex, somebody messaged me and said, oh, I didn't know him. And he says, oh, my ex has sent me a Facebook request. He says, I'm not accepting it. I'd never do that. I won't send anything to do his family or anything to do with him, a Facebook request. But they go out to get it together. So if that reporter goes out not knowing, because they don't know anybody, they could have been asking a paedophile or a domestic violence abuser. They've no names.
Themselves.
Yeah, bully themselves, or somebody that's bullied her. There's no
Exactly.
names. And then gone out and said, oh yeah, she was alright, she was this, she was that, and everything. There's more likely than that anyway, because the bully's gone out and told everybody. But getting back to this woman, so she turns around and she says that, and I turned around and I said, no, I said that often happens, and explained the situation. And she goes, oh yeah, you're right, because decent people obviously have the ability to understand and comprehend stuff. So what I'm saying is that if that reporter had gone to her, although she probably wouldn't have even spoken to them the day before, she would have said, oh yeah, she had a pattern. But if they'd gone the day after when I'd spoken to her, they say, oh well, it often happens, where people, this is what it is, isn't it? You know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm getting at? So yeah, so anyway, so that was what I was saying. Gary says, exactly, Abby, especially with social media now to have youngsters these days. Well, that was the thing that about Bentham, they haven't allowed for social media. So if this had happened, say, even 10 years ago, nobody would have heard about it. It would have all been washed under the carpet, and they'd have been pushed under the carpet, sorry, and they'd all been carried on. But they haven't. The insular ones haven't moved on with the fact that social media, and there's suddenly a click of a button and that's it. It's in America, it can be in America, anywhere.
Use social media as well, because I get a lot of bully from doing social media. So a lot of
which
people,
you'll see on this video.
A lot of people watch me that I don't, obviously, sometimes don't know watch me. But the thing is, there's a half thing again. Some people watch me and they go up to me and say, oh, I love your video, sort of thing. And I get a lot of people that do support me, but I also get a lot of for people as well that they don't all come up to me, but that's because there's probably days yet to come. But I have had people come up to me saying about my social media, saying that they don't like me. So so I've got there's
but
both
why
sides.
Watch it?
I
wouldn't dream of watching out somebody I didn't like on social media. I wouldn't even click on. But they do. They watch you, don't they? And then take great glee. They watch her and take great glee in telling her how crap her channel is. And they think, well, and they go with the other thing. So you video things, dear, don't they? They love that bit. So it's really, really sad. Anyway.
Are you going to do the video?
Well, I've got to read the comments out, but we just keep talking again. Gary says, So that was Gary's bullying. Matt's friend. I don't think bullies even know they're bullying most of the time. No, I don't think they do. I could go on about that as well as another story. There's loads. But I know I don't think they do. I don't think they know how bad they look until you video them and show them, and then they're quite shocked. Abby says, bullying in school destroyed me. Oh, I'm sorry, Abby. Even now, I still have anxiety from it. And I didn't get bullied in school, but it must be pretty horrific if you do. And it ruins so many kids' lives, doesn't it? And changes so many kids' lives. Kids might go onto drugs and stuff like that because of bullying. Because they get bullied at school and then they go, oh, take this and that, and they feel they have to do it. It's horrible, really. Gary says, obviously sorry to hear that, Abby, and obviously we're all sorry to hear it. And then Gabby comes back as she does. It's all right, Gary, now I'm a strong, powerful woman. So am I, Abby, but when you see this, what happens? It certainly brings you down.
The thing is, you know, a few things that can happen to somebody after they've been bullied. It can either make them stronger and make them do different things.
It's a dog, Matilda.
Yeah, but whose dog is it?
I don't know. I don't know whose dog it is.
I don't know. And then it can also bring somebody down, can't it? You know, or it can just make people try to run away from things. We can just do a number of things, really, can't it?
Gary says, good to hear, Abby, our troll slayer. Yeah, we needed you on yesterday, Abby. What was it called? Reese was telling you, wasn't it? Van says, I thought Maureen was the micra. Has she been bullying other cars off the road? I thought if I say any other name, you know, they might think, is it so and so? So I just came out with a name that's sort of like very rare now. It's an old-fashioned name, isn't it, Maureen? So yeah, I thought I'd put that. Peter Savan says, your singing still sounds like a dying cat. Your dancing look like you don't know how to control your body. but you've watched it all. We're just talking about idiots. We're just talking about you, you absolute moron, and you just turned round and said about the things we're talking. You couldn't get thicker than that.
Well, like they say, bullies don't often know bullies.
Well, was it Gary that commented and said bullies don't often know they're bullied? Look at this idiot in the middle of talking about idiots. I've got a screenshot that. That is textbook, isn't it? You can't. Your singing still sounds like a dying cat, and your dancing look like don't know how to control your body. And your grammatical things, I think you need a bit of learning on that, love. But you can't credit that, can you? That's just
bless them. They do try, don't they?
They're in the same world as us. It's not fair, is it?
I often do think, why do we have to live
with idiots like that? Oh, I'm on a site. They're talking about bullying. So I know what I'll do.
I'll do
some bullying. God, I can't cope with the thickness. Abby loves gardening. Tim says, have you thought about implementing permaculture on your field? You can grow food alongside nature. We do grow a lot of our own vegetables and stuff every single year, apart from this year, because we're doing a lot of building work. So I just filled them full of garlic and potatoes, and that's all I did. I did a few other little bits and bobs, but mainly in our beds we just threw in potatoes and garlic. And for anybody that's listening that wants to do gardening stuff, on the garlic, you know, the roots of the bulb, I got it from the supermarket. I eat loads of garlic, and I pulled off the cloves, and I just threw the root in anywhere in the thing. I just pressed it in. Got loads of garlic, not as big as you get in the supermarket, but loads of garlic just from the roots. It worked really, really well. Adrian says, bullying kills. I know of a few people who killed themselves being bullied, and that's obviously really, really shocking, and Amanda is one of them.
Good as well.
Wayne says, your mum is loving soul and got your back. She seemed like an amazing woman. Thank you very much, Wayne. Thank you. Paul says it's the first time watching you guys.
Well, welcome.
And Abby says, in Abby's only way, do you think that knob can dance or sing? I don't think so. And then Peter's put something that I can't even read because the spelling's that bad. And Abby says you like food. So that's an absolute idiot. Anyway, should we get rid of Peter? Because he's not enjoying my video. So let's get rid of idiot. I don't usually get rid of people, but I don't want him to enjoy
Isn't
the
the
video.
tediously boring? Isn't it? Just like, oh well, I'm
yeah,
a good troll, you know.
yeah, we want to be an abusive troll, don't you?
Entertaining.
Yeah, entertaining, but when they're saying the same,
When it's just sort of like, you know, a
stupid
dying cat.
things.
It's just
Yeah,
like,
just like a dying cat.
that's like us being mean to a dying cat. Oh, that's a serious thing, but I'm just
No, I think people know
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
actually mean a dying
No.
cat.
That's the thing.
Apart from Peter, who's gone, so it doesn't matter. Right, are we ready? So this will be put out. There's a lot more to the video, but for people who say they haven't got a problem in Bentham, this is why we did it, because of the Daily Mail article. It's saying that, oh no, it doesn't happen. It's a nice town.
So I've had numbers of people bullying me, but this is just the most recent. So I had one like two. I don't know if it was like last week, and this one was this week.
We have a lot of footage of being bullied, but we just haven't put it out yet because we just haven't had time. But we are going to do like a documentary thing on it. But this was just a little couple of clips. But this happened over a 2-day period.
It wasted so many hours of my life.
So what actually happened first of all was Matilda put up the camera because, as I said, she was gardening, and she was going to do a before and after for her YouTubers. So this is how we got the footage.
Because obviously weeding is like a very satisfying thing. You've seen it all go and making, you know, seeing the area, you know, upgrade itself. So obviously it was going to be a good video. But this is what happened now. She actually assaulted me as well, didn't she? But obviously I'm only going to show, because otherwise I'm telling you it went on for hours, so I'm only showing 2 clips, so there's so much more. And we were going
to do all of it like a documentary, but because we were running the Amanda story, and I was just a bit annoyed that some people say there isn't bullying going on. We're just doing this clip as proof, basically. So this is Matilda. She's in her own and the neighbour's garden, but it wouldn't even matter if she was in that person's garden. You don't do this.
Which the neighbour's garden's obviously giving me permission to do everything.
Which is paying her. She's paying her to read it.
So basically this person in question has a lot of stuff on the person that I'm weeding's land, so basically that shouldn't be there, and they don't have any right to. So, but anyway, this is just
poor Matilda. It's basically
I just got paid to do a job, and
just got paid to do a job, doing nothing, minding her own business, and obviously she got a lot of abuse on this. But we just thought we have to laugh at it. I know bullying is not funny.
It was not funny.
We know it's not funny whatsoever, but this particular bit afterwards, if you didn't laugh about it, you drive yourself crazy.
And basically, the thing is, once it obviously starts happening straight, you know, I mean, there's talking, you know, when it first started happening, when she first started doing that second, you know, obviously it's not, you know, uncomfortable situation, not nice. But when they're continuing for so long, it literally went on for hours, you sort of get a bit.
And it's really personal, because that's what they do.
So personal.
They go really personal. Billy got it in the neck. I got it in the neck. The lady that asked
they
her,
tend to go personal when they're losing, I find.
Well,
they start with a reason, then they go really personal.
They use the mantra, everybody hates you. That's to make it back up their thing.
They always say the same line, literally word to word.
Everybody hates you. You're not welcome in this town. Everybody's talking about you. They'll use the everybody. And if you challenge them and say, well, name one person, who it is or something, they won't.
Now
whatsoever.
First I stopped working when she started, but I went on for so long I continued working, so you can hear me painting in this. I was behind the camera painting. Now she didn't, this was about I don't know, like 2 hours in or something. She eventually noticed the camera, but she still, I don't think she noticed it was on her, I think. But
this is on a tripod.
This is on a tripod.
But the second bit is so funny about the camera.
But I was going to play the camera bit first.
No, because I want to explain that.
Well, I'm playing this bit where she's talking and saying about no friends stuff.
And no, that's the first bit's when she's over there.
You want to talk about
your music?
Okay, so this one's about music one. So this
is obviously a personal.
This is her now. She's actually a carer, which is not very good for. Because obviously
she's a carer. So she could be looking after your elderly relatives.
So it's not good at all. But the thing is, you know, the business. I know somebody else who works there who's, you know, really kind. So it's like 2 people work there and they're completely opposites.
Yeah, there's another lady that lives very close to us who works at the same care home, and she's absolutely lovely.
Yeah, so it's like, you know. But anyway, here she is.
Oh, God.
I'll do whatever I want. Why don't you go and sing badly? Why don't you go and play the drums badly?
And the other thing is as well,
Get it all off your chest.
I hope you don't ever listen to music.
Everything
I
you're
hope you never
talking
listen
about
to music.
is going right over my head. Like her.
Right, so this bit is, and what I'm trying to say is that you would never let me get in. When I was saying I hope you never listen to music, I was going to say, because Matilda isn't obviously a bad singer or a bad drummer. Drumming is her weakest instrument. But what I was going to say was, I hope you don't listen to music, because majority of songs, probably 95%, have a drum beat, and all those drummers had to
Well, I
learn
turned around
somewhere.
to her and I said, well, can you play the drums? And she didn't answer. She just
No.
looked down at the floor, and I was like...
But, I mean, it's irrelevant, whatever. I'm just saying this for chatting because we're on a live. But it's irrelevant. You shouldn't abuse anybody, whatever. Even if Matilda was the worst drummer in the world, she might have a disability. She might just not be able to get it, or she might be learning. But other neighbours, I've spoken to one of them, and they said, you are so respectful. You only play like 15 to 30 minutes a day if you play on a day. And she said, and it's never early in the morning, it's never late at night. And I said, we know, so we don't think. And the other day, and she said, children need encouraging. They should be encouraged. But that's a carer.
But anyway...
But then it's so funny because she jeers at a YouTube, and we know...
Shall I just play it?
Well, we know the camera's running, and it's a massive... We've got a full-size tripod there with an iPad on.
Shall I just start
Yeah.
running it?
Are you not looking at the video? As you're doing so well, Matilda.
I'm so glad.
You're so clever.
I'm so glad.
Aren't you so resourceful?
I'm so glad of that.
Have you been to your mates lately? No. Haven't got any, have you? Well, you don't like the other girls, do you?
This is a carer.
They do boring stuff, don't they?
This is a carer.
I don't care for you two. It's...
Now,
I shouldn't laugh, but
no, it's not.
I
But-
cringe at her.
No, as I say, that's just only a clip of... There was a whole lot more to it, and she was getting really violent because she literally assaulted, and she also did criminal damage as well. So it was a lot more to it than that, obviously. But that's just a clip. But for like when she's going on about that, you got no friends and stuff. Now I can obviously, this is getting more and more. She's getting more and more used to it every single time. But for somebody who isn't strong, it's going to really go to their head,
Oh,
especially if they don't have friends. Because to me, I just thought, hang on a minute, I literally went for a sleepover the other day. So what you're saying is just completely rubbish.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to question
I
yourself.
know I shouldn't have to question myself, but that's...
But the other thing as well is, I mean, I know I laugh about it, right? Because I don't think you know what else to do. Because even though obviously I dislike her, it's cringeworthy how bad she is. But and it's happened before. People have come to me and said about children, that have been bullied. And they said, oh, they haven't got any friends. The immediate thing to me is, and this happened the other day, and I won't say where Matilda was going or anything, but this girl, and Matilda's obviously older, but you just say it as a parent. And Matilda's on about this girl, and I said, well, make sure you involve her they were going on a trip. I said, make sure you involve her, whatever you do. And I don't have to tell Matilda that, but as a parent, you do it. So how the hell is a carer there if she truly believes Matilda hasn't got any friends, thinking, right, I wonder who I could get her friends with. I wonder who I could get her... It's just... I find that. And obviously the reason we played it is because they say, oh, there's no bullying around Bentham. You can't even be in your own garden.
No.
It's just horrific.
But she's done a lot of other things as well, which is, again, I'll get into another day. Which, the things she's done is absolutely horrific. But, I've had loads of people who would go up to me and go, you're thick and you messed up inside the head. And I'm like, what? And like, for example, her, I never knew she looked at my YouTube. I never knew it until she, goes and tells you. So a lot of people watch it without me knowing. And then I actually, which, it's really nice of them, I'll go past some of my kids, and stuff, like now and again, and they'll go, oh, that's Matilda, the parents. I'm like, thank you.
Oh, you guys look good.
Oh, you watch the videos, didn't like it too. So you get, I always, obviously, I know there'll be a lot of adults watching this. Obviously, I appreciate your support, but especially kids, when they watch, I'm like always like really happy when they watch, and especially when dancing. Like I think yesterday, pretty much any time I dance, I always get a kid, and it's so joyful.
Well, I didn't tell
when
you
get
the
a
other
kid.
day, too came down on the bike, and he'd obviously told his mate about you. And I was painting, and Matilda wasn't here, and the little kid on his bike, he was so cute, and he turns around and he goes, where's Matilda? What's she doing today? And she's looking round like the wagon and that. She's not here. And off they went. So they're obviously interested in what you were getting.
Well,
up
I go,
to.
where's Matilda?
Yeah, but not like her. Where's Matilda? I'm going to kill her.
No, I didn't know.
So yeah, it's just, and that is in your own garden.
Well, the thing
And you
is,
just
a lot of
think-
them-
So if people turn around and say, well, I just keep myself to myself, and there's nothing more than that we were keeping ourselves to ourselves, and they just come up and attack you. But
Well-
they've told you the jealousy.
Well,
Oh, by the YouTube with a jeering thing turning around and saying about the YouTube. They've told you what they're jealous of.
And
Are you going to do your little YouTube?
But and also I came down the street. She's got a door to the front and the back, and I was walking down my friend, and she just happened to come out at the same time. Now, I shouldn't really have got her involved.
I was annoyed that she got involved.
I didn't. It was such a fast thing. I didn't really think about it. It was wrong for me to do it, but I didn't think about it at the time. It just happened so fast. And I just said, oh, no friends, but yet here I am with one.
Yeah.
Sort of,
But that's
loud thing
Matilda's
for her.
immaturity has been has watched you
And then,
as
but
a
my
child.
friend, who's normal, she just turned around and goes, "What do you mean? You got loads of friends?" I was like, "Well, she says I don't have any." She was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is what I got to deal with, And she was like, "But yeah, But the thing is, if I didn't have any friends, which I've gone with, I went through a lot of my life without friends. It's only really been, when I've had a chance to build my confidence, I've actually gained friends. Go a few years back and she said that to me, that would have really, really gone.
No, I mean, I'm used to it because, as I say, I was a victim of domestic violence, and so there wasn't a name that my ex didn't call me, and from those disgusting ones, which I won't even say, TWAT, CUNT, everything. And I've got completely hardened to it. You can say anything to me and it's like water off a duck's back, and obviously unless it was somebody I cared for that said it, but they wouldn't. But to most people that I'd say normal people, loads of people seem to have bullying now, to anybody that hasn't been put into that, do you imagine? But even with me being hardened to it, I've had loads of bullying, and people can't say, like, Amanda, whether it's true or not. I've got it on video. There's other incidents I've got on video. And I've had police harassment orders against them. 2 have been convicted. So I've got all the proof there. But even it was over a 2-day period was this. And even that, you're shattered. Even, you don't, sticks and stones may make my bones, but words will never hurt me. She was becoming wearing you out, wasn't she? You just thinking, oh my God.
I was just, you just getting tired.
She just worked, and she wouldn't leave you
but
alone.
The thing is, she affects some things was like then. I didn't have time to practice all my music. It was getting left to the last day for me to get a chance to practice, because I say it went on for 2 days, and I went out for one of the days, half the day I was out. So I didn't have a chance to practice my music. So it's like, they're so annoying, because I'm just thinking, you're just taking my time. You shouldn't be taking my time, but because I can't walk away from you because I live here, you're taking my time.
Yeah, because even I can blanket. He's physically, she's there, isn't she? And she's holding you up. And you've got to be careful because you don't know. But the thing was, she jeers on later on, and she's going, I said, we got to
actually,
point.
no, it wasn't 2 days, it was 3 days.
Yeah, I think it was 3
3
days.
days,
But I
actually,
just
it
thought
went
about
on
say
for.
2 because I thought it was 3, but I wasn't sure. Thinking quickly, so I thought about say 2, but I thought it was 3. She's there jeering later on in the video, and she's going, call the police, call the police. And I said, I should be calling your work and the council. And she can call the police, call the council, call my work. Because what they do is they just go to work and I'll say this and they'll say, oh no, she's known for that. They didn't know the video's running. And so they'll say, oh yeah, well, she always says that about everybody. And at work, and I'm not going to say that because I don't know what they'd say. And you could imagine the police coming up and, it's your word against theirs, because at the time she doesn't know the video's running. So you're always thinking, aren't you, how she could twist it round. So you can't work, you can't concentrate, you can't get on with your job.
No. Because
without the video there, she could turn and say,
as I
oh,
say,
well,
we've
what
been
they
doing
did
a
to
lot of
me.
building
Because she
work.
lies,
And as you
obviously.
can see in that video, at scaffolding, so we were doing, work, and she was, holding you up. So I would have got so much more work done over those days if it wasn't for her. But she also made a very serious claim. And it was only later on, after my mother pushed it, she actually admitted, said, oh no, I made it up. And I have this all on video, so it will be shown. She made a really serious, life-threatening claim, and then later on said, oh no, I made it up.
Yeah, that's clear as anything, but you don't know whether she's made it up or not because she lied about that. So, you just think she made this really serious, nasty thing. I mean, really, really bad, really bad. And so I kept pushing her and pushing her. She goes, why do you keep picking on that? I said, because it's so serious. You've got to tell me who it is that's going to do this. You've got to tell me. And then she turns around and says, I pushed and pushed and pushed. And she says, I was lying, I made it up. But I thought, well, then if you were lying about that, and what's to say that you're not lying about that you've made it up? So you just completely, well, which bit are you lying about? Are you telling the truth on that bit? It's just absolute lunatic.
But as I say, it happens, that's just the soonest. I mean,
so it happens.
The case
so
has
this,
only just happened.
This, you know, like NHS worker saying it's not true.
But then again, she's a carer, so she's gonna be the NHS. I'm not saying she's the NHS person. What I'm saying is like, just because.
Well, it will be for NHS.
Oh yeah, I suppose so. What I'm saying is like,
Unless
you know,
it's private care, I suppose. But still, it's still care in the community, isn't it? I mean, could you imagine that looking after? I mean, don't ever put me in a care home, please, because you imagine that. Because you can't, if you care, you can't be nasty to anything if you care, unless somebody's obviously done something like sexually abused your child or murdered your child or something like that. Obviously, you're going to absolutely detest them and have hatred towards them. But general people have done you no wrong. If you can be like that, you can be like that to anybody, can't you?
well, I mean, because we don't usually go to that bat, but it's only because we've been doing it up and I started weeding and she came out like that, and it's just like, you know, ridiculous. It's not normal, and then, you know, actually physically hurting you and damaging your property as well.
It's totally,
just not
totally
normal.
out of control. Go to the comments. I think it was Gary that I left on. My friend is the CEO of Papyrus Charity Suiciding Youngsters. Some of the sad stories I've heard over a pint is a hard job. Well, that could have, I mean, if, like I say, if Matilda didn't have the support, and the thing about her social media is it's made her stronger because she's had trolls. And I always remember when she did the world record. How old were you when you did the world record?
No,
13?
I think so.
And obviously a 13-year-old, presume everybody would think that was a really proud moment. And I remember it going on Instagram. It went on, what did they call it? It's a really side, puberty, the site's called. Really odd name for a site, but that's what it's called. And it went on and it had millions of views, did her world record. And she says, oh, about some of the comments, and I looked and she goes, what's the matter? And I said, nothing. She goes, read them to me. And I said, well, they're not good. And she goes, and you're only 13, so you don't want to upset your daughter, do you? But she nagged. And I said, well, are you sure? And it was the best thing that I did, because she obviously presumed in her young mind that everybody would be nice. And they go, oh yeah, what a wonderful achievement, well done. But they didn't. There were such nasty, nasty comments. I mean, there were some obviously nice people saying well done, but there were some really horrible comments. And I didn't read, you know, the bad ones out, obviously, anything. But it was just sort of like, now that's why it can go over her head. The social media has been brilliant for her, YouTube and that, because you do get trolls, don't you?
I get them in
But
person and online.
somebody that's not used to that could be their life over. Like Gary says, that
If that
could
was
be
the
them
first
committing
attack,
suicide.
Then it would have been, they would have just been shaken away. And even, you know, you know, and you know, you don't want to sound weak or anything, but you still shake. You know, anytime it happens, you still shake. And it's only once it's like, you know, 10 or 20 minutes in the
Yeah, but you're not
attack,
sounding weak, are you?
it's
And that's
like
the body's natural
you sort of
function,
get a
isn't it?
bit
Because it's
used to
adrenaline,
it.
is that? That's the body's natural function, because it's to get away from, isn't it, the danger.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with that.
But sometimes you can see it coming, and sometimes when you can't see the attack coming.
Well, we never
of-
saw that coming.
No.
She was like a machine, wasn't she?
Yeah, but the times you do, you sort of like go in an open mind. You think, like, I think I can handle this situation, but it turns out you can't. You know.
I think you handle it remarkably well. And
No, I mean by handle it means make it stop them understand you, but they never understand your side.
two people came round
Even though there
afterwards,
isn't, yeah.
personally came to us, who never have done before. They're not people I class as friends. I just know them to say hello to. And they actually asked if she was all right. And they're elderly, and I didn't want anyone to step in, you know, and they probably thought she's quite capable of looking after herself. But they came round and asked if we were all right, that it was that bad, and they're shouting. And she even said herself, didn't she? She said she was going to ring somebody, and I said, ring who you want, I don't care. And she says, they've probably heard me now. She's got like quite gleeful. That just the weirdest thing.
But as you still like think about it, like, you know, it affects your sleep, you're thinking about it, and you know, it's just you know how much more worse it would be if that was your first attack, you know.
No, but you just get used to it, don't you? You get used to it here. It's quite normal. In fact, we're a bit strange if we don't have an attack.
If you want to, you know, build up some confidence and strength.
Adventures in YouTube says, hello from Australia, just caught the live, thank you very much.
Hello.
Wayne
yes,
says they're
it's
jealous
Father.
of you, let them think they're hard and they ain't.
They even tell you what they're jealous of.
They
it's
tell you what
because
they're jealous
they,
of.
They list it off. They're like, oh, you've got land, you've got this, you've got that, and I'm like,
YouTube, that's what the jealousy is.
And
The
then-
YouTube.
and she was like,
She's
you know-
clearly said it.
you know, you think you own everything. I'm like, no, we just own what we own, and you know, it's like they just go on about you, and They go, oh, you make videos, and or you don't, you know.
Abby says, what an absolute dog. That's a emoji. Wayne says, you're raising your girl so good, you should be proud. I'm very proud of her, and she's not a bully, and she never will be a bully. I can guarantee that she'll never be a bully, and she looks after people that have been bullied. So yeah, she's horrible as bullying, and it's just insecure people, isn't it? But I do sort of like always look on, I don't know, the bright side or the other side. I think, well, what have they gone through? Perhaps they've gone through bullying to be bullies.
I know, but it's like you can't take on
I
everybody.
know you
can
can't. Yeah, I know you can't. You can't have any excuse. It's like if she'd come out and say it was her land, for example, and you were gardening in her land, which is not, but let's just say it was, there's still no excuse. You can't attack somebody, whatever. You know, and if it was that bad, she should have obviously called the police. You can't just go around attacking somebody. But anyway, that wasn't the case. That wasn't the scenario. Wayne says, do you live next door to that junkie? We don't live next door. It's not a communal yard, sorry. It's a yard that was round the back of the buildings. And because we've been doing so much work, and with Matilda's music and everything, we hadn't kept on top of it, to be fair. It was messy. And so we decided to do it one day, and then
for like winter and stuff.
Then the lady that owns the other bit of it, who had done exactly the same as us, she had ill health. These things happen. You forget about it, out of sight, out of mind. She just asked if we'd carry on, and she was gonna, you know, well, she did give Matilda something for doing it, and that's how it was. So I don't. We were just saying actually today, while we were practicing music, we said, could you imagine if our door went onto hers? I just saw, oh my God. It would be absolutely horrific, but thankfully
I think
it doesn't.
you would have already fallen out by that point, you know.
You'd have had the police. If you had a door opposite her, you'd have had the police round. It would have been no doubt about it. Max Random Curious says, how ironic being a carer. I know. I said that to her. You hear me say it on the video, as clearly as anything. And when I've said, what did I say when I'm on the video saying, oh well, thank goodness for that, because prior to that, and you'll see it on the thing, she says this person's dead, but what they'd basically been doing was dealing to children, and obviously I dislike them, and they turn around and say, she's going, so and so hated you as well, and when I'm saying something like thank goodness for that, that's what I'm talking about. So it's always, they always want to bring in that people hate you, but yeah, horrible. Dave says she sounds like a right Karen. Anders says, so tragic that they have such people. I hope you feel that there are many people who love you and the joy you spread, Matilda. Munya says, well, that's a carer. I don't think you can say it's a carer, but anyway. And people say I'm crazy when I say I want to put cameras in my mum's house to see how the carers act. Bless you. I like you singing. Well,
That's probably the thing
when we caught a lot of people on camera, because obviously she does a YouTube and that, and one time we were getting abused by this person, and I just clicked my phone on and filmed it and that. And that's what we get that's what she's jeering at, and she doesn't know the camera's there. And she's going, oh, you know, like your YouTube, don't you? And I'm just thinking it's all on here, love. But they think that rather than looking at their own behaviour, they jeer at you. It's your fault, you know. Look at you wanting to get this a criminal offence on camera, really, aren't they? Just horrible people, horrible.
And I've, you know, there's people. The thing is, people that always have a go, you know, do these things. I don't know them. I haven't like fallen out with them before.
Never fallen out with her.
You know, so many of these people. Actually, I don't think there's anybody actually I do know that's done it.
Well, you've done nothing wrong to anybody.
Exactly.
You're only a kid.
I mean, I've done volunteering before. And I'm volunteering for vulnerable people. I mean, I can't say people like speak. And basically, some people turn up and say I don't want to be served by her. And lucky enough, the staff members around me will go, they will turn around and say, oh, the reason why is, and I'll go, I don't want to hear it. You know, you're doing this stuff and I don't want to hear it. And I'm like, I don't know these people that are saying this stuff that I don't want to be served by you. I'm like, well, you know, I don't even know who you are, but yet you say you don't want to be served by me.
It's just jealousy, ridiculous. Isn't it? Think of all the oxygen she wasted running her mouth like that, says Abby. Well done, Matilda. You're much better than that, Moose. Well, definitely, without a doubt. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to be much better than that, but this is what they're jealous of, because she said it. She says, oh, why aren't you with girls of your own age, didn't she? You know, and why are you doing your YouTube sort of type thing? And she says other things. She called you a dickhead and everything, didn't she? And calls her thick. Seriously. Abby says, what talent has she got? Abby says, my
Oh,
left foot has more talent than her. She's very, you'll see from the video, Abby, she's very handy with her right foot. Gary says, I know you won't let this person get to you. We all think you're super talented and love the great times you have with your mum. Thank you, Gary. And thank you so much for the support. You're an absolute superstar. Abby says, God, I shouldn't laugh, Abby. I can't read it out. I shouldn't laugh. Read Abby's comment. I better not read it out. Gary says, let's do a oh no. And Gary's joined in. Abby says, you will be Michael says, good night everyone. Good night, Michael. Thank you very much for joining in. Just get rid of it, idiot troll. I've just got rid, Abby. I've just read your comment. I love this. Van Transit says, are you sure you live in Bentham and not Bedlam? Hi, Paul. Oh, Gary, you're a superstar.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much, Gary. Thank you. It's very nice of you. Thank you.
It says, don't listen to haters. You're a superstar. Keep it up. Well, thank you very much.
We got very nice
fiver from the haters. And the funny thing was, the lady that paid her said, I'm going to give you some extra because I feel like awful. So actually, the nasty woman has made Matilda quite a little bit of money. So
thank you very much. That's very nice of you. Thank you.
So yeah. And Abby says, no, don't read the comment out. No, I don't. Gee. Oh, I love Abby's comments.
I think that is everything.
Yeah. Oh no, there isn't.
Isn't it?
There's something. Last thing.
I think it's getting quite dark. She's going to be a problem.
Oh, there's quite a few things. This is sent in by Anders, baby hedgehog. Oh, he's got a thing down there. Hang on. No. Cute, isn't it? Cutie. And then this video was an unidentified flying object we haven't done.
Somebody's put, are you posting a video about it? Oh yes, but once it's all sorted.
Yeah, but it was like 3 days long. So there's a lot of it. She comes in and out of the house abusing her. And so I've got to cut all the bits out because you could be watching like gardening for about an hour or so. So yes, but yeah, definitely, without a doubt. And some people have prior to this, about when we put something on about bullying, they came and had a go at Matilda saying, oh, you shouldn't be saying stuff about that, about Bentham and that. I think we should. I think it should be totally exposed. So I know we'll get flack for saying stuff, but I just don't think there's any, if we can stop her from doing that to one other person, and also I don't care what flack I get.
Because, you know, we were thinking, oh, should we post it or not? But the thing is, she's a carer. So can you imagine if she's going to go to care for somebody and she does something like she did to us? She could, you know...
But the other thing is as well, if
I was in... and we didn't...
If I was in a care home, yeah, and say my bed had CCTV all the way around it, and so nothing could happen to me whatsoever, I still wouldn't want to be looked after if somebody had done that to a child. So even if I wasn't in any fear or worry of anything happening to me, I still wouldn't want somebody, if I knew what had happened, looking after me.
Yeah.
I think absolutely outrageous. So yes, why should it not be put out there? If you don't want stuff putting out on the internet, just don't do it. Don't bully.
Sometimes, you know, yeah, you just got, yeah.
So this is it.
Right, so do not show the video first. Right, so this is a dog, Walker, who's walking his own dog. Where's he walking at?
I did say Melvin.
Is it Melvin?
Yeah.
And basically he's got this video and he's got something on it which I believe is like...
It's Andrew Clifton, and he's walking on Malvern Hills on August the 2nd with his Labrador, and his videos, this was a while ago, it was already had 7 million views.
So here's a video and then I'll show you what we're talking about. So, where's the frisbee? For the frisbee. There we go. Right, so now he slowed it down. Now it is... Wait, that little white thing, you just see it on this top corner here. Something just flew past. Now I'm going to show you the picture and then I'll play the video again. It's this white thing here. This long white thing. Now I'm going to show you the video again so you can look at it properly. And tell me if you know what it is. Because I know it's not really much, but then again, what is it? Because of where's it come from? So people are saying it's, you know, something
Keep it
dodgy.
still.
I have a shaking problem, but okay. So as you can see there, so where's it come from? Is the question.
It's very quick. You'll have to slow your video down afterwards. I'll go on to theirs, obviously. But I don't know what it is. I don't think anybody knows what it is.
I mean, I
It's an
don't.
unidentified flying object. So, yeah. So, Abby says being bitter won't make her prettier. And Johnny says, are we accidentally attending a therapy session? No, accidentally. You can go off if you like. Dave says, by saying nothing is just hiding the problem. It needs to be out there as people know. I think it does. But you want to protect. It's like this insular thing that you should protect. I mean, Matilda was talking to somebody and she said, well, if this, would it be all right if I said about it if the person that had done it to me was from Manchester, for example? And she said, oh yeah. No, you know, you're not allowed to speak about it if it's from here, but it's just a weird insular way. Max Random Curiosity said, I saw that on Casper site, very interesting. Abby says, cute little dog. And she says, is it a reflection of light? I don't know, because it could be something on the camera.
I don't think it is. The only reason why I'm saying is just because of, like, if it was a reflection of light, he didn't move the camera in that sort of way, because I've had things with my phones where they've been like sort of got a crack in it. I've had loads of reflections of light, so I've sort of used to that sort of thing. I think it's a good idea if you'd think that, but I don't know if it is just by the fact of the way he's moving his camera. I mean, I might be completely wrong, you might be completely right, but I'm just saying.
I suppose we'll never know, to be fair.
No, I just don't know by the way he was moving his camera if it was, but he might be.
When I was at a parent's once, the light coming over the brow of the hill had trees, and they were all in like a silhouette, and so all the trees looked black and the hill looked black, and you could see the light of the sky, and it was a really fantastic photograph. So I was there taking a photograph of it and just waiting for the light to change to take different photographs, and suddenly this ball of light, and I never know what it is to this day, came shooting past, like about, I don't know where it was really, but probably looked like about 5 fields away, and it didn't come down, it didn't come up, it came across. And I'll never know what it is.
It's weird because those sort of things, they all seem to be the same sort of tail.
Lights, yeah. This didn't have a tail. This was a perfectly...
No, I don't mean by tail, I mean by story.
Perfectly round ball.
Yeah. A lot of people say balls, or like, that sort of is a bit, I suppose you could, I know it's not a ball, but it's sort of like, it is, isn't it? It's just a long ball.
That had a tail, this didn't have a tail.
Yeah, so it sort of seems like there is a bit of a connection, really, because a lot of those sort of things seem to have the same sort of tail. You know what I mean?
Oh, so I thought you meant tail as because it's got a long tail.
Story.
That's in story. Yeah. And I'll never know to this day what it was. Weird. But anyway, those things. Abby says looks more like a reflection of a camera issue to me. And she says, was it lightning?
Probably was.
It might well have been.
It probably was.
Gary says, I thought the dog was going to jump to catch the frisbee and go off the cliff. Thank God it didn't, no. Dave says thunderbolt, possibly. Yeah, I think it's not a very good example. If I'd have got mine on camera, which I didn't, unfortunately, I was stood there waiting with a camera. It was many years ago, and it was just like a kit camera. It was much more impressive, but it's gone.
I saw a better one.
Yeah, I saw better. I should put on the comments, shouldn't I? Troll him. You call that an UFO?
I saw a better one.
I'll do an Amanda. Oh, call that, are you? You can't sing either.
Can't let your dog pop.
Yeah, call yourself a YouTuber. Only 7 million views.
I can find frisbee better.
My dog's prettier than yours. Wish it had gone off the cliff. By the way, I don't.
No.
Is that as hard as you can throw it? Horrible coloured frisbee. Yes.
You can't find one.
Random's Curiosities. On Casper's site, he put it through other video editors clean it up, and it looks really strange how it moves, etc. I'll have to have a look. Right, well, great night. Thank you very much. And we will be putting obviously more videos out, so look out for them. And we've got some very exciting news coming soon, haven't we? And thank you for everybody that stayed on. It's been a long night tonight, hasn't it? And thank you so much for the super thanks. You're superstars.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. We'll have to work out a lighting problem next time because it's getting darker, which is a bit scary because I don't want it's you know, summer's going. But thank you so much for the super thanks. Really, really nice of you. So thank you very much.
Abby says bye.
Yes.
So yeah, bye everybody.
Goodbye. And we'll
Max
see you
Random Curator says good night and take care, and you good night and take care to you as well. Gary says good night. Abby says the bullies will never win. They certainly won't, Abby. And that, as I say, they haven't allowed for internet because now you can expose it. So they thought they're in their own little protected bubble. And
I don't
they're
think
not.
they've fought the internet yet.
Yeah. Dave says thank you and good night. We'll have to catch up. Yes, make sure you get watching loads, Dave, and watch through all the adverts. Put it on multiple things like your iPad and everything. Please watch all the adverts, everybody. Because
Yeah, watch the
obviously
adverts.
That gets what we get paid
You
for.
might not like it, but it's very nice if you did.
Yeah, just leave them running. And somebody, I can't remember who it was now. I don't know if it comes on anymore, but he might do. Cause we had somebody the other day come and talking to us, and he says, "Oh, I watch all your videos, and I'm on your live. Never comment now. Some people don't." And he says that he runs in his workshop. He just leaves it running, even if it's if it's a video that he's not interested in, like say it's someone, say Matilda's gone to say a horse show or something. He'll just leave the videos and the adverts running.
It's shocking though, isn't it, when you have somebody like that, the person attacking you, have some people like that, so nice, doing
They'll
that.
actually go out of the way
know,
to
it's
make
like-
sure that you get your
It's
adverts
just,
watched.
you know, unbelievable, isn't
Yeah.
it? So many differences.
How somebody's so kind.
I know.
And it's all right. I'm not interested in, say, for example, horses.
I'm going to play that video.
I'm going to play that video because it'll do a
You use
YouTube
my
good.
internet, I'm going to do it, and it's like, oh,
Yeah, I'm
well,
going to
that's
bother
very
to
nice
turn
of
it
you.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, and then you get people like that.
Well,
Anyway, I hope
thank
nobody
you.
else gets one like that living next to them.
And if you do, just let it go over your head,
Yeah.
you know,
Just know that
And
there's other
record it.
people in the same boat. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
make sure you've got your camera on.
and then send it to me.
Yeah. we'll put it on YouTube and go half on the money.
Yeah. Thank you very much, and we'll see you later. Bye!